more words for brothers that be stepping in front. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, I and I for 95, 96. Word to
Hello. What's up? It is Saturday, a little after 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you know what time it is. It is Square One time. We have the dynamic duo in the house, myself, Comic Chat, Mr. Anzo. How y'all doing? How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
The other two guys, the other guys that usually go here, I think one was tied up, maybe at work. Some may come in. If and when they come in, we'll slide them in here. But we're going to go ahead and go forward with the two of us on Square One. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for those of you that have come into the chat supporting us. I see we got two guys in there already, Daniel Duran and Garrett, number 27. What's up, Garrett?
What's up, guys?
Daniel says Brady will finally play a good team and lose. Who is Brady playing this Sunday? I don't even know.
But Brady has played a good team and lost twice to the Saints. So
Yeah,
you mean win?
It must be
right?
his team. Brady will finally play a good team and lose. Let me see.
Tampa Bay is playing. I just had it there. Hold on. What's up, Flash? How you doing, brother? Thanks for coming in.
Playing the Rams. I don't think they're gonna lose.
Oh, they ain't losing to the Rams. No way.
If they do, I'd be shocked. Really shocked.
Well, I was shocked. Baltimore lost to New England.
Yeah, I'm not really, because New England is kind of iffy. If Cam Newton plays good, I think they can be competitive against anybody. I ain't gonna say beat, but they can be competitive. And then if they get the right calls and if you don't throw any interceptions and stuff, they can beat, I think, anybody. If Cam Newton is playing his game, you got to be playing his game. Everything got to be clicking on all cylinders. So,
yeah, I agree.
I think New England's kind of like that. Don't doubt them. Don't count them out, team, because it depends on whoever shows up. Never can tell. Mm-hmm. Daniel says Dolphins going 7-3 after they beat the. I think that. I think Dolphins is a sleeper team this year. I picked most of it in our picks. Most of the times I pick the Dolphins because I don't know what it is, but they're a gritty team. And if you go in there underestimate, they're just the Dolphins, then you're going to get your ass whipped. So,
well, I wasn't sold at the beginning, but I'm sold on them now. I'm picking them this week for sure.
Yeah, who did they play? They played
Denver.
Oh, yeah, they're going to beat Denver. No problem. Yeah, no problem. What up, Flash? You guys hear about NBA free agency? Raptors got Freddie back. I have not watched the NBA draft, but we got a couple of questions in here that we're going to discuss, Flash and everybody else. Before we get into it, go ahead.
Few changes going on with free agent. Lakers are trying to get Marc Gasol because Dwight Howard is now with the 76ers, I believe it is.
Damn.
Yeah, so a lot of changes are going on. But Lakers got 6th man of the year.
I think Lakers trying to get also that guy used to be the point guard for Atlanta Falcons with the crazy hair. I can't think of his name. I've seen an article on that too.
Schroeder, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are trying to get him.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. I didn't see the NBA draft, Flash. I didn't. You say I can tell you about it if you want me to. Tell me about what the NBA draft. As you send the responses on the chat, we'll read them. But for now, we're gonna get into the questions, into the show. If it's your first time viewing the show, we're gonna ask you to please subscribe to my channel and also Anzo's on Big and Forward Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
We both have goals. I'm trying to get 1,300. I think he's trying to get to his 300 mark, so we can only do that with your help. Dennis Schroeder. That's it.
Yeah.
So please hit the notification bell because we don't want you to miss any material that we upload. Like I said, we have several shows between the two of us. We do a lot of shows together. Usually if you see one, you see the other. So we try to not talk about one thing to death and beat one thing to death. So we talk about Star Wars on Sundays. We talk about sports on Saturdays. Mondays we usually do a countdown of sorts. Tuesday we do pop cultures a lot of times. Wednesdays we do myself, Anzo, and Chris Knight, a third partner in crime. We all generate 3 questions each. He spins it on the wheel, and whatever question the wheel pops up, then we discuss it each. So have a lot of variety, have a lot of different things. So if you feel obliged to tune in and support us, we would definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Damn right.
Like my new little logo.
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah, where'd you get? Oh, is that one of those?
That's a
bit
Bitmoji.
Yeah, Bitmoji.
What you do is it gives you several different things with holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Just pick one and then email it to you to StreamYard, and you can click on it. That's all I did.
Oh, nice.
First question, basketball question. In a recent interview with Shannon Sharp, Isaiah Thomas said that's old.
Yeah, that is old. Did I send you the wrong question? Remember Russell not happy in Houston.
These are ones from last week.
Yeah, I know. I did the ones from this week. Hold on. Why did I send you those?
Hold on. It might be something I did. I might have downloaded the wrong one. Let me see.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I tell you, doing so too fast, boy.
You got to delete them.
I got to delete them and then re-upload them.
Yeah, that's what I do. All right.
Let me see.
Let's do this.
Okay, yeah. I got, let me do this. Give us 1 minute, people. 1 minute. Please do not leave. Give us 1 minute.
Technical difficulties, guys. You see it? That's what happens when you get over like 50 and you try to come on the internet thinking you're a young buck and you can handle all this young buck shit.
Can't multitask, boy. Deleting is easy.
Hooking them up is difficult, right?
Okay.
See? See, they made a little upgrade to my thing, and I don't really like what they did to my operating system. iPad. Okay. While you look that, you can share my screen, Danny.
Yeah, we maybe could do that. That's what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me remove this.
Looks weird, but okay. Yeah, I can see it. I shared it to my iPad. It looks kind of weird.
I got it big. Can everybody see it big? I don't know if I can see it big, but I don't know if people in the chat can see it. Anyway, it says topic 1. There's a rumor that Giannis. Yeah. There's a rumor that Giannis Antetokounmpo, or whatever the hell his last name, I can't pronounce it. They joined forces with the Golden State Warriors. If he did, would that make them an immediate contender for the championship?
No.
In my mind, I think it would. If they were able to use the cap space and keep Draymond Green. Because you can't take this away from him. If all 3 of them are healthy, they were all-stars at one point in the NBA. And so is Giannis. So they're going to have, again, 4 all-stars on their starting team. So I'm not saying it's going to – I think it'll make them a contender in the West because that would put them at least 3rd. I think Lakers is 1st. I think Clippers is 2nd. And based on the talent, they would be 3rd. They would just have to work on their chemistry and get that down pat. I think if they were able to incorporate Kevin Durant, who is a better player to me than Giannis, I think that it won't be that hard for Giannis to kind of learn his spot in that rotation or find his game. So I think it'll at the very least, put them third.
Okay, I can agree with that. And I said I still think Giannis is overrated. But if you put him on the Golden State Warriors, I put them over the Clippers, to be honest with you. I really do. You know what I mean? I don't have faith in the Clippers right now. I think Paul George is very overrated. So I would put them second. But yeah, as much as I want to say no, because I'm like, I hate the fucking Warriors. I want to say no. But yeah, at the end of the day, they would have to be like number 2 in the West.
I think the only reason they would be number 2 is because maybe Clippers are going through some kind of change up or some kind of restructuring or something, and they don't have, even though Doc Rivers has let them come back from 3-1, he still's a good coach. He's considered one of the best coaches in the NBA. I don't know who they're going to get as their coach now, and I don't know have they lost some of their confidence because they got beat by on paper, a subpar team. So if they didn't have that, I agree with you. Maybe they go to 2, but there's still going to be a learning curve for the Golden State Warriors too, because they're accustomed to being superior and winning and stuff. I think there'd be a more difficult matchup for the Lakers if they keep Draymond Green. If they don't keep Draymond Green, then I don't know. But the story that I read is that he would be in that trade as well, so he would not be staying with the Golden State Warriors because of the cap space and the luxury tax.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It would be so hard for them to get Giannis. You know what I mean? Like, Flash said they wouldn't trade Draymond Green, but I mean, if you're gonna trade Draymond for Giannis, you make that trade. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you really make that trade.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Draymond Green fan, but he's not better than Giannis. Not to me.
Definitely not. But at the end of the day, I'm like, well. Yeah, I think Giannis would be a good fit. And I think the learning curve is a little bit overrated, especially when you're just bringing in like a superstar like Giannis, because first year Kevin Durant went there, they won it. So
yeah, because the 2 superstars kind of conceded to him. But Giannis is not the scorer that Kevin Durant is. They got 2 different games. So, and then I think Klay Thompson going to have like a chip on his shoulder.
Klay Thompson's not going to be there this year.
Klay Thompson? Why? He's still hurt?
Hey, you didn't see the question? He has Achilles. He's done for the season.
What the fuck?
Yep. Klay Thompson's done for the season, bro. He had Achilles injury. He's done.
Doing practice or something?
I have no idea. I have no idea what he was doing, but he's done for the year.
Fuck. That makes me feel.
Yeah, because you like the Warriors, right?
Yeah, I like Klay Thompson. Not necessarily the Warriors, but shit. Put up question 2. That doesn't make me.
Yep.
I feel like doing the show now.
Question number 2.
Question number 2, people. Let me see if I can blow it up. Doc Rivers is now the coach of the 76ers. They just recently traded for and acquired Seth Curry, the brother of Steph Curry, who is Doc Rivers' son-in-law. Do you think this is a smart decision on Doc Rivers' part? I think he's kind of,
Who did they get rid of? Who did they trade for?
I'm not certain who it was. I just saw it on. I clicked before the show. I quickly went on Undisputed to try and get some topics to discuss. That's one of the topics on Undisputed last week. I'm not sure who they traded him for, but apparently Steph Curry has a very high 3-point or some shooting percentage. I'm not sure what it is. I have to research that. But there may be some issues because when Doc Rivers coached his son, that was one of Chris Paul's biggest issues, that Doc Rivers showed favoritism toward his son versus the betterment of the team. I don't know if you maybe have that same issue or have that same perception, so to speak, as players look on the team saying, "Well, hell, that's his son-in-law. You know, he's gonna give him more playing time." And yeah. And then, you know, if he don't, then he may hear something from his daughter and stuff. So I don't know if I want that extra added pressure. The fact that I'm the only coach in history that had lost 2-3-1 leads in the finals, going to a new team, my son-in-law playing. My son-in-law ain't playing like I want him to play, and I got to sit his ass on the bench. Now I got to hear that rhetoric from my daughter. So I don't know would I put that extra added pressure on me.
I hear what you're saying, but as long as he's able to manage them properly, he shouldn't be a problem. But you see, that's the thing. He wasn't managing his son properly. I mean, it's his son, and I don't know. It's a sticky slope, you know what I mean? But if you can handle it properly, then I don't see an issue with it. But he has to be able to handle it a lot better. Like learn from the mistakes that he made with his son and do it differently. You know, and do it differently.
I definitely agree. But I'm just saying, you know how sometimes egos, and then sometimes you're trying to it's easy to sit somebody down that you ain't got no ties to, but it's kind of hard because, you know, you come home with daddy, why didn't you play Sam? Shut up.
Yeah. I don't think, and I don't really know a lot about him, right? Because he's not like his brother, where he's that superstar spotlight type of thing. So I don't know what type of ego Steph has. Like, you know, maybe he's humble. Maybe he doesn't have that ego to where he could just take the role he's given and do what he has to do. We'll see.
Flash said they traded Josh Richardson for Seth Curry. Seth Curry is one of the greatest three-pointer shooters ever statistically. Okay? And he said, I guess referring to Clay, that he got an Achilles injury during practice. That's why they got Kelly
Oubre Jr. Okay. He also said the owner said they would never trade him in any circumstances, and Steph would be pissed, maybe, but maybe, who knows? I heard that too, though. I did hear that Draymond Green is Steph's pick and roll partner, right? And they work the pick and roll very well. So I did hear that that's one of the issues why they wouldn't trade Draymond Green. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you can get Giannis for Draymond Green, I'm sorry, I think you take that trade. I really do.
I do too. I'm not even. That would be the dumbest no trade ever. Flash Thompson said the owner said that they would never trade him in any circumstance, and Steph would be pissed, but maybe, who knows? The owner's a fool. If I got a two-time MVP, two-time league MVP that wants to come to my organization, and I got to trim the fat, and part of the fat is Draymond Green, hey, bro, I'm sorry. I have no ill will feeling for you, but this is business, and we're trying to win championships here. So
because you have Steph, who won 2 MVPs, and now you have Giannis, who won 2 MVPs.
And Steph is unanimous. Nobody ain't ever done that before.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
No-brainer for me too.
Let's go to question number 3 there, boss man.
Yes, sir. There you go.
Let's see. Question number 3. Lakers just signed 6th man of the year, Montrezl Harrell. Does this make them the favorite to repeat? Shit, I think so. Not even without him. If Lakers could have kept their same team, which I don't know why they couldn't have kept them, I think they would. They bonded well. I think the bubble was a plus with them. I do. But shoot.
Well, you see, a lot of things they were saying online is that when you win the championship, a lot of teams get complacent, right, and don't want to make changes because that's the team that won the championship. But at the end of the day, I think what the Lakers are doing is they're upgrading the pieces that they had. Like, they got rid of Danny Green, right? Danny Green. I mean, honestly, the minute he missed that 3-pointer, I knew he was done. I knew he was gone. He was wide open. He missed that shot. I'm like, oh, you are not going to be back on the team.
LeBron's like, right? You got to get up out of here.
Yeah, absolutely. You missed that wide open 3. No, you're gone, right? So I knew that. Now they have Dennis Schroeder, and now they have Montel Harrell. Yeah,
But do
they're
they
getting
still
better.
have Rondo?
So far,
Because
I
Rondo and
haven't heard
Shorter,
anything yet.
I don't know how they're going to coexist because they got similar games and similar styles, similar attitudes. So I mean, I don't know. Both of them can be hotheads.
I agree. I think Rondo is still there, but they
I would
have
keep.
that.
I would
Go
keep
ahead.
Rondo.
I'd keep him too. What up, Pickles? I would keep him too, but they're also saying that like if he goes, they can move on Chris Paul as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're not really worried about Rondo leaving or not.
I don't think I trade Kyle Kuzma either. I see Flash says Dennis Schroeder and Montrezl Harrell can be on the court when LeBron and AD are on the bench. It's a cool move. They're trying to trade Kyle Kuzma for someone. I
Mhm.
wouldn't trade Kyle Kuzma because you're going to always need that third scoring, and usually he did that.
They're
Some
too
nights
inconsistent though.
yeah, some nights better than others, but shit, you got two superstars. I mean, damn. What you
Yeah, I
gonna do?
know. But if you can upgrade that position, I'd upgrade him too. That's why they were trying to get DeMar DeRozan, right? Because it's like DeMar DeRozan, they don't need 3-point shooting or anything, but that little mid range that he does would really open up their offense a lot more. That's why they're trying to get him. And I was telling everybody, I'm like,
I like DeMar DeRozan, so I wouldn't mind seeing him in Lake uniform. I could see that.
Spurs weren't making that trade. I said right away when I seen that online, I was like, there is no way the Spurs are going to make that trade. The Spurs didn't want to trade Kawhi to them for that trade and more. You think they're going to make that trade now for DeRozan? Hell no.
They know they ain't got it. They are in serious rebuilding. Now, I know in the past I've been a Spurs hater, but they gotta tank a season. I mean, don't win nothing to get some drafts. Because right now, they me and Diesel in the house.
The Spurs will never tank the season, bro.
They got to, because they're not gonna get nobody else. Okay, I'm gonna tell you three things now. They gotta tank the season because right now they don't have nobody. Right now their best players who Marcus Aldridge, and you said yourself he's inconsistent.
I said their best player right now is DeMar DeRozan.
And I think I've heard you say both of them are inconsistent. Am I?
DeMar DeRozan's a little bit inconsistent, but I think he doesn't drive to the hole enough. That's my issue with the Spurs team.
Okay.
It's like everybody wants to take these 15-foot jumpers, and DeMar DeRozan is a guy who can drive to the lane. He can bang it on people's heads. I've seen him do it, and it's just like jump shot, jump shot, jump shot.
He's on and off. He's on and off.
Second thing, they're in a market that people don't want to go to. They don't want to go to San Antonio.
I kind of disagree with that. They'll go if the money's there. The Spurs don't have enough cap room to get anybody, and they don't have any assets that they can really trade away. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And third, your coach is getting too old.
Oh, stop that. Oh, stop that. Oh, stop that. That has nothing. That has nothing to do with that.
Let me see how old Popovich is.
Popovich,
you got to be 85 at least.
It's in the 70s. But Popovich is the only coach in the history of the league to win a championship in 3 different decades. So he has changed his game. It's not that he can't change his coaching style. It's he doesn't have the pieces to do it.
If he doesn't retire in San Antonio, it'll be a curse.
What's that?
He needs to retire in San Antonio, that's for sure.
Oh, he will retire in San Antonio, that's for sure. Like he will. He won't go anywhere else. He actually said he was going to retire when Duncan retired. You know what I mean? But it's a love for the game. You know what I mean? Love for the game.
Older than he is. I can't believe it.
Is he?
Popovich is 71. Phil Jackson 75.
Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense.
I think he's too old. I mean, I'm not saying that hating. I just think seems like sports now are becoming a young person's game. You see it in the NFL all the time. Like that coach for the Rams, like what, 30-something years old?
Mm-hmm.
McVay?
Go ahead.
But I was gonna say, yeah, they're young, but these young people, they don't have the experience. Trust me, if you put the right players in Popovich's hands, give him that Lakers team, they're winning.
I give him respect because he's gonna go down in history as one of the greatest coaches. But I just think sometimes you can get kind of stagnant if you stay in one place for years and years and years. So, I mean,
he's made mistakes. Hands down, he's made mistakes. You know what I mean? He's human.
Oh no,
he's made mistakes, coaching mistakes and stuff like that. You know, but I just think, I don't know. He doesn't have the players right now. He's trying to work with what he got, and it's not working.
See, I think that he's trying to recreate the same magic he had with Duncan, Parker, and Ginobili. That ain't going to happen again. There ain't going to be three players like that come together again and take the hometown discount.
No, of course not.
Be like, oh yeah, we'll take this discount so we can get such and such and such.
Well, DeMar DeRozan might. He's that type of player. He did it in Toronto. You know what I mean?
He wanted to be in Toronto. I don't think he wanted to be in San Antonio. He was upset about that.
No, he was upset that they traded him. But right now, DeMar DeRozan is the type of dude that the organization means a lot to him, and he likes the Spurs organization. You know, the only organization that was like Toronto that he could have went to is like the Spurs. So I don't think he wants to be traded. I don't think he would mind if he was going to go to a championship contender, but I don't think it's like, oh yeah, I want to be traded. I want to be traded. I don't think it's that. You know, I think one of the first things Popovich ever said to him was that it's like he was mad because he was traded, and Popovich was like, well, we want you here. You know what I mean? We want you in San Antonio. So when you tell a player like that, it kind of, okay, I get it. So. But I don't know. We'll see. What's the next topic here?
I jumped in the middle, so I can't really have much to add to that.
Oh, that question was number 2, right?
Number 3.
Yeah, hold on.
It's okay. You could jump on the 4.
Oh, it was about Montrezl Harrell being signed by the Lakers. Do you think that makes them a favor to replete? Hey, man, what's up?
I like all the other moves that guys are making, or teams are making, I should say.
So you don't think the Lakers made good moves with Dennis Schroeder and now Montrezl Harrell? Those are
they made good moves, but these guys already won a championship. You know, they got to defend now. So I'm looking for other teams to make it interesting, opposed to them just becoming more powerful.
Roberto, you lied. Yeah. Roberto just lied when he said it's not. He looking for no other teams. You looking for Toronto. That's what you're looking for. Just go ahead and say it. Just go ahead and say it.
I would love Toronto to get it. I won't lie, Danny, but I want the NBA to be more balanced. I
do too.
More teams to have a spread of good players opposed to 5 starting superstars. That's for the All-Star game.
I agree with you.
If my team's stacked, I don't give a damn about the rest of the NBA.
Okay, I can agree with that too.
You got to defend that all the time. You need a super team to win. You need a super team to win.
I don't care. I do not care.
Yeah, because I use that argument with my son all the time. I'm like, LeBron James has only won with super teams, and my son's like, I don't care. He has 4 now, so he don't give a shit.
You can't argue that. You can't argue that.
Man, I don't care.
Right?
I do play to win the game.
You see, because the Spurs aren't doing well, I want to see more teams get better, you know. But if the Spurs were stacked,
yeah. But you know what's sad, Onzo? Because the Spurs aren't stacked, they may lose the only players that keep them. We're talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
May, but
superstars are just leaving, and then these teams are nothing.
Sports is just like the season. Sometimes it's going to be cold. Sometimes you're going to be hot. Sometimes you're going to be warm. So right now, Lakers hot. It was cold for what? How many years? It was like 8 years. The Lakers
ain't long enough.
It was not 8 years at least. The Lakers couldn't spell a playoff game.
That's not long enough.
See,
I would have been 20 years. I'd have been fine with that.
Yeah,
no league is doing what the NBA is doing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm happy. So I'm sorry y'all ain't, but I'm happy.
It's obvious you're a Lakers fan.
Right.
You know? It's obvious.
Right.
Don't ruin my parade.
Lakers
Right.
all day, and also he carried the Cavs to the championship. Now look, I ain't no LeBron fan, so you ain't gonna get me Flash to start cheering and tooting his horn. All I'm saying
What
is
did he say?
I like the Lakers all day, and also he carried the Cavs to the championship. He won 2 with Miami. Kyrie and Love were injured. Don't nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about LeBron James' history.
Yeah, I know he's done all of that.
Yeah,
Flash, I
okay.
really do know,
Oh,
and I
we
could
care
care
about the
less.
Lakers stuff. Oh shit! This question right here pisses me off. Klay Thompson, one of my favorite players, man. Damn. Klay
Yeah, that's
Thompson,
what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say, Roberto. So he wants the Lakers stacked, right? And then he wants Giannis to go to Golden State with Klay
Hell yeah.
Thompson and Steph Curry.
Hey, wouldn't that be a fantastic Western Conference championship game final?
And for them to keep Draymond Green at the same time. Like, you see what he's asking for?
Yeah. Hey,
You got to rub the side of a bottle for that shit to happen.
My daddy always told me, if you ask for it, son, you might get it. If you don't ask for it, you probably won't get it. So I'm asking for it.
Can't
Please,
argue with that.
basketball guards, please let Draymond and the rest of them stay. Klay Thompson is out for the year with Achilles injury. Do you think his career is over? God, I hope not, because those 2 serious injuries to have back to back.
What was his first one? His knee?
Yep. From the other championship.
Mm-hmm. And then now in practice, he pops his Achilles. And I'll tell you this, that Achilles injury is one of the hardest injuries to come back from, man. It really is. I'm not saying it can't be done, because it's been done. Adrian Peterson did it.
Yep.
He did it, right? But then again, he didn't have.
Yeah, he came back. He won that MVP season. But
No, he did. He had one season. He had that one season, and then after that, you know what I mean?
But I will say football is more rigorous sport than basketball.
Absolutely. The only thing with basketball is there's a lot more games, but then again, they can rest them every now and then with basketball.
They got game management. I've never seen game management in football. So
no.
I don't know.
And luckily for Klay, he's a shooter.
Right.
So.
But it may hinder him on defense, though. You know what I mean? If he can't move laterally or stuff like that, it may hurt his defense. It may not hurt his shooting, but it may hurt him on the defensive end.
Yeah.
Somebody cursed that team, man.
It sounds like it. It's not they made a deal with the devil, and then the doggone.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's
Steve
time
Kerr.
to pay back.
It's time to collect.
Steve Kerr made a deal with the devil, and now it's time to collect.
Flash said Klay Thompson, the doctor said he was full. He will have a full recovery. Will come back next season. He doesn't rely on his athleticism. I don't know. When Klay Thompson first started, he was more shooter or catch and shoot. But as the years came, he developed. He could drive to the basket.
Oh yeah,
he's known for defense. So I don't know. I just hope that he has a very good trainer. You know, you have like the best doctor on the planet operate. So I just hope that he's able to come back. Because he seemed like one of those players that didn't talk a lot of junk. Those kind of players I like. Don't talk a lot of junk. Just go out there and play and put it on your ass and then shake your hand.
So how did you not like Tim Duncan?
Man, Tim Duncan talked junk.
He did?
You told me he talked junk. You told me that.
I told you talk junk, but not like a Kobe type of junk in front of people. When he's on the court,
he'd be like, "Oh, good try, Roberto."
Yeah, he's like one of them quiet trash talkers. You know what I mean?
Trash talker's a trash talker.
No, I know, but you know Kobe, like you can watch a game and you could tell Kobe is trash talking. You know what I mean? Tim Duncan's like doing it under his breath or whatever. Like you guys wouldn't know he was a big trash talker unless Kevin Garnett blasted him like that.
At all.
I can't say bad about. I'm just saying his game is boring. That's what I'm saying. I can't say that he is the best power forward to ever play the game, in my opinion. But his game was just boring. I did not. Man.
Just like Karl Malone, got all kinds of accolades, but for me, his one-hand dunk was boring. You know, I want to see a guy that big just try and rip that rim off the backboard.
But, you know, that always confused me. They said people have said several times they've never seen a player like LeBron James, but Karl Malone was the first LeBron James. far as being built and heavy and can run the
Okay,
floor.
maybe built like that. Yeah, maybe built like
Yeah.
that, but
He ain't
not
had
the
the passing
talent.
game. He ain't had the passing game LeBron got, but he was a better shooter. Rebounding, I think the stats are close. Yes, he was. Karl Malone is like the third or
Yeah.
fourth highest.
15-foot jump shot, he's money. He's money.
Mm.
That's why, guys, that's why it was
Look
hard
at
to
his shooting
cover.
percentage. I bet you Karl Malone had a better shooting percentage than LeBron James. Look it up.
You know what it is, Anzo? I think that most of the big
well.
men that have success in the NBA, they have to have elements to their game. Like they can't just take it strong. When you have a shooting game and you could take it strong, these guys are hard to defend, man.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, when you're talking about him and LeBron, like to me, it's not even close. Okay, Karl Malone's field goal percentage so far is 51%. LeBron is at 50%. So yeah, it's a more, but not by much.
But you didn't think it was that close, though. You thought LeBron was way more than he was.
No, I never said way more. I thought LeBron was more. I never said way more. Yeah. But I mean, again, the percentage is.
I think other than the passing, LeBron James and Karl Malone got similar. I won't say similar basketball styles, but people keep saying they've never seen anybody that big can move that fast and kind of stuff. That's not true. Karl Malone ran the court just as fast as LeBron James did. Yes, he did.
No,
Go back and look at it.
I watched Karl Malone, bro. I was a Spurs fan. I watched the games. I used to watch him play the Spurs.
How big you think Karl Malone was, weight-wise?
But it's not about weight, though. Its weight is there. But when it comes to skill-wise,
okay, you can listen to what I'm saying. They keep saying they never see anybody run the floor, do the stuff as big as LeBron James. They like LeBron James is the biggest person. The way some commentators say, but he's not. Karl Malone and him are similar in weight.
Yeah, but Karl Malone was never as good. He was never as fast. He was never
Karl Malone doesn't have the ball skills of a LeBron. That's why
he was never that good.
I think that's what Anzo was trying to say, Danny.
He was never that good. And
you don't see LeBron often bring the ball up the court. You hardly ever saw the middleman bring it all the way.
And LeBron was this big when he came out of college or high school. If he went to college, I don't remember. Whatever. But when he hit the NBA, he was straight from high school, right? So when he hit the NBA, he was already a freak of nature. Because I used to say, this guy's out of high school? And he looked like he was in the NBA for like 5 years already.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Okay. So
I get what both of you are saying. Because, Karl Malone, the reason why he was dangerous is because he could move so fast for his size, and he was powerful.
And him and Stockton were a killer on that pick and roll.
Yeah, his game mimics LeBron, but I don't think it's the same game.
Yeah, LeBron
take you off the dribble in a heartbeat.
I'm not going to say that he was better than LeBron.
No, not better, but he mimics.
I'm just saying that they got some similarities.
Yeah.
In the statement to say that they never see anybody as big as LeBron that can do some of the things, I don't think is an entirely true statement.
Because LeBron is a superstar. Karl Malone is an all-star. That's why I think.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah. LeBron's going to be a Hall of Famer.
And to be honest with you, yes, maybe similar, but there's things that LeBron James could do that Karl Malone cannot do. I'm sorry.
I'll give you that.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying.
But James just recently passed Karl Malone because Karl Malone was like the second time score more points. He's even higher than Jordan. Only person LeBron got a pass now is Kareem.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Yeah, I know. How far is he from Kareem though? Because I don't think he's catching Kareem.
He's a bit off.
Yeah, he might. Because James has got 41,000 points.
And Kareem in the 70,000.
Kareem is 44.
Oh, really?
So he's only like 3,000 and some change.
A season? Okay. Season or two?
Yeah. If that's the case, yeah. I don't know if he was that close to Kareem.
Yeah.
But
Karl
But you see,
Malone was
that's an
second with 41,689 points. LeBron James got 41,690.
yeah, because that pick and roll with him and John Stockton was dangerous. It was really dangerous because
They
they
took
would
that
end up
to another level.
right because they would always end up with like a point guard on Karl Malone, and he would just back him down, score, back him down, score. So yeah, that was their bread and butter. But Flash said, no, Karl Malone, no. Can we get off this topic?
Trust me, I am no fan of Karl Malone.
Why do so many people hate Karl Malone?
I just
I
found him very
dislike him
boring.
too.
Very, very boring.
I dislike him too.
I think they were like a second Boston per se.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But
the Utah Jazz.
But I do thank Malone for one thing. If it wasn't for him, we would not have got Tim Duncan.
How is that?
He elbowed David Robinson in the head, and David Robinson was out for the season. And then that season, they ended up getting the next season. Well, that season, they ended up getting the first pick, which was Tim Duncan. So, thank you, Karl Malone. Thank you very much.
Always ends with a Spurs.
Always see that.
Topic number 5. Antonio Brown may be done in Tampa Bay because of the incident that he did not inform the NFL of. Therefore, he was reinstated. Do you think, before he was reinstated, do you think he should be disciplined? And if he is, do you think his career would be over? What is the incident he didn't tell him about?
Something with a hotel where he went off in a hotel room and shot some.
Didn't he throw a bike at a security guard?
Or some shit like that. Yeah. But when he was being reinstated, he was told that like if there's any incidents, you have to inform the NFL of, and he didn't inform the NFL of this incident.
I gotta step out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. So he didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Is anybody surprised?
Not really. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm not. And I'm like, they're saying he's gonna get disciplined. If he gets disciplined, I get it. You know what I mean? He fucked up. But man, will you just chill the fuck out, bro?
Some people just don't want to be helped, Anzo. They have a problem that they're in denial about, and until they get help, they just destroy and destruct.
Yeah, I know.
You could give this guy whatever money he wants. Give him whatever he wants. Mm-hmm. He'll still do it.
Mm-hmm. Flash said they had the camera and his face, and he threw a bike at a guy, but they didn't press charges. Yeah, I just heard that the guy didn't press charges, right? Which is okay that they didn't press charges, but the fact that he was supposed to inform the NFL if anything like this was happening, and he didn't.
The fact that charges weren't pressed, why would he bring it up? Maybe if he brought it up, they would have scarred their opinion, and they wouldn't have put him back in the NFL on something that he wasn't found guilty for.
You know what I mean? you knew it was going to get out. No, I hear what you're saying, but you know it's going to get out because you're Antonio Brown. I was going to say that right?
Too. Not only that, we live in a media world, and you can't
they have him on camera. Like they have him on camera, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, just say, hey, listen, man, I had some issue. I threw a bike at the guy. He's not pressing charges. We worked it out. And then the NFL would probably give him a fine, or not even a fine. They probably would have just said, okay, whatever. At least you informed us, because it's not that big of an incident, especially if the guy didn't press charges.
And not only that, the NFL looks stupid now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Why didn't you know? Why didn't you investigate more? Knowing that this guy is the repeat offender. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times this guy has fucked up. Big time. Not little shit. Big time. To the point where no one could comprehend. They give him another chance, and he has some ghosts in the closet.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I think since he's gone to Tampa Bay, they're a little dysfunctional because again, you can only spread the ball out to so many guys, and in order to get those guys the ball, you have to have a running game. So, how's that going to happen?
Right.
You could have two guys that are a threat, and one guy who is the utility in the middle of the field will get you those first downs. But three threats, it sounds nice, but hard to manage, man.
Exactly. And sooner or later, he's going to be like, yo, get me the ball. You know what I mean? Because he's that type of receiver. Not only that, he still wants to show that he can play. How is he going to show that if he's not getting the ball? You know, so it's just a matter of time before he starts telling Brady to get him the ball. I think Brady has
or he walks over to Evans and says, "You ain't as good as me," and cause some friction there. You know what I mean? That's right. You know, you could throw those things up in the air with this guy because he's that predictable. You know?
Yep. Right. And I was gonna say, I think Brady is doing a pretty good job of spreading the ball around, but at the end of the day, like AB's used to be number one wide receiver. You know what I mean? So it's him first and everyone else, and that's not what it is here in Tampa. He's not first.
What? AB, from me to you, you are a dumbass. You had it made in Steel Town, reputable organization. You could have won many Super Bowls there and maybe be a broadcaster one day because you are a funny guy. But, you know, you fucked up.
He did.
You done fucked up, right?
He did. And not only that, I know what Danny likes to say about Tomlin, but Tomlin basically, even though it was kind of a cancer, Tomlin basically let him get away with pretty much murder on that team.
Yeah, they tried.
You know what I mean?
They tried to ruin Tomlin's credibility,
right?
Ruin his reputation by saying that, you see what happens when you become a team's coach. You get too personal with them, and they start walking all over you. But look what he's doing now.
Right? Exactly.
Anzo, you know what the problem is? The problem is, I don't care who you're a fan of. If your team is not doing good, the minute they have a hiccup, they are like a bunch of Montreal Canadiens fans. Fire the coach, bench the quarterback, trade the receiver. We need an O-line. We need a D-line there. Like, I am a fan of a team that doesn't even have a name now. And I'm in several groups, and I'm almost embarrassed to be in these groups because of the ranting that goes on in there every week about Haskins and the coach. And, man, the poison is the owner.
Yep.
You look at the Jets. What is the poison in New York? The manager and the coach. If you have poison in the upper echelon of your team, it trickles down.
And this is what I say, and I know Danny says it too, but I'm like, when everybody was talking about fire Tomlin, and I'm like, he hasn't had a losing season in 14 years with the Steelers. Why are you firing a coach like that?
Because he has a couple of losing weeks.
You know what I mean?
They lost a game they shouldn't have won, or they lost a game they should have won. Stupidities like that, and it makes you say, what the fuck?
Yep. I sent him the link, Danny.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I thought the Jets were the worst team in the NFL. I have to say it's Washington.
Really?
Yeah, you know what?
Washington won a game. Jets ain't won no game yet.
It's okay. But you know what? I look at this team play, and I can't tell you the last time I can say they played with heart. Like played like the logo, which we don't have anymore, represents something. Like play like it matters, not like fucking missed tackles, missed assignments. It's year after year after year after year. When do you fucking say enough is enough, man?
Bro, if you ain't got no good, I don't think Ron Rivera. I think he was overrated because he was coaching Cam Newton when Cam Newton was good, fresh. had it, and I think he kind of read his coach a little bit. I don't think Ron Rivera is a very good coach. I don't think he's a good fit for Washington.
Can I ask you a question, Danny?
Yes.
If you were watching the game and you didn't know Ron Rivera was the coach, wouldn't you think the same coach is there?
Pretty much.
I don't see any change in their game. Zero. Maybe their defense gave me a little bit of a rush in the beginning of the season with Chase Young and all of these guys that we drafted in the first round, but man, that faded quick.
I don't even watch Washington games
I
anymore.
can't watch them. I can't.
So
And I
What was
watch
the
Red
question?
Zone, and I change the channel every time they come on.
it kind of morphed into something else. It wasn't anything
Yeah, We
particularly
morphed off.
What was the question?
What's going on, Chris?
Not much, man. How you doing?
I'm trying
good,
to think what the
thanks.
question was. What was the question, Lonzo?
I think he mic'd out. Let me see. What was the question? We drifted so far off.
I know it morphed into. I know it morphed into the Washington Redskins, but it was something crazy. I can't even think of what it was.
Okay.
I apologize.
No, you're all right. I'm sorry I'm late. I'm driving a different car today, and I just realized now after I got to work and worked all day that I need to get a battery. So, yay.
I got it. I just needed time to reflect. It was about Antonio Brown.
Yeah, that's his right.
Not bringing up that incident that took place with the throwing of the bike.
They're saying should he? I think he made a promise to the league that he would report anything that happened. And he didn't report to Tampa Bay, and they're saying that should he
be
Should
fired?
he be disciplined?
Would it be his last time or last chance in playing in the NFL?
Well, you know what? If the NFL wants stuff like this to stop, if teams want stuff like this to stop, then it shouldn't matter who the hell you are. You could be the guy sitting on the bench. You could be the guy who, throws for 5,000 yards a year or whatever. I mean, it shouldn't matter. If you say something and you let him back in and, you agree to something like that, you got to stick to it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think anything's going to happen because it is him, but.
Two things I'm going to say about that. I think the punishment should definitely fit the crime, first of all.
Yeah.
And two, it depends on who you are in the NFL. If you're in a certain echelon of certain players, or if they know, for instance, when this player plays, this team plays, our ratings go through the roof. They're going to give that team or that player a little bit more leeway than they're going to give the average other player. That's just a fact. I ain't saying
the entertainment side of things.
I ain't saying it's fair. I ain't saying it's right, but it is a fact of life. In the NFL, is a business. At the end of the day, they care more about their bottom line than the players on the field, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do.
But Antonio
I just think that they've got. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
It's Terrell Owens. It's this guy. It's that guy. I mean, this has happened tons of times. It's not like, but I mean, I'm not saying that this deserves like a major thing, one game suspension and all that. I mean, if the team sits him out for like a quarter or a half, perhaps you can, maybe that's what you do. I don't know. I think this is a team thing, not a NFL thing.
I'm going to say this. I know it's going to be very unpopular, and I hope it doesn't have a negative effect. But I got to say this. Okay. I am not one of those human beings that particularly care and love for animals. I mean, I ain't going to mistreat one. I'm not going to just go out there and shoot one or whatever, hurt one, remain, whatever that stuff. That's not me. But I think human life is way more important than animal life. And what I'm saying to say is that Mike Vick was one of the best players in the NFL. Now, I think he should have got a hell of a fine, a very stiff fine. But to spend time in jail and to be decimated his career, I think, in my opinion, I think that was a bit excessive. In that particular instance, I don't think that the punishment fit the crime.
For dog fighting?
I'm saying a very large fine. That's what I'm saying. But to spend 2 years in jail,
a large fine in community work.
Dog fighting's illegal.
Okay, there's a lot of things that are legal, but they're different things. If you got simple possession, let me give you an example. If you caught with simple possession, the fine may be 30 days in jail, $200. If you got a whole van of stuff, that's trafficking or something. But you should be charged the same thing with a pound of whatever you do versus 100 pounds. That's what I'm saying. I know it's illegal, but they're different.
Right, but he owned a brothel, or not a brothel, whatever you call them, the kennels, which was illegal, right? Then he was doing the dog fighting, which is illegal. So, I mean, you got to look at what the max penalty is, and then decide from there. You can't just say,
well,
there's money associated.
Hold on.
So there's gambling.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Including that too.
I kind of agree with all of you in different ways. Here's the thing. Danny's kind of right in a sense because they never actually proved that he had a ton to do with it. They just know the money came from him. They know that he showed up, he knew where stuff was, but they actually charged another guy, and it didn't really get a lot of press or anything. They charged another guy with actually running the day-to-day thing, setting the fights up, and distributing the money the way that it was being done. He should have definitely gotten some sort of punishment, but there is something to be said about the fact that it wasn't like he was the one actually doing it. And maybe, he never just understood exactly how bad it was. Maybe he didn't understand how bad dogfighting got. I don't know, but
scapegoat.
He was, and I think and this is a case of what I was just kind of saying. The NFL needs to put their foot down when it's necessary. I think they went a little hard on him, but then you got other people. I mean, didn't Ray Lewis come back after he was accused of murder?
Yep.
I mean, that right there is a lot worse.
Yes, it is. But he was proven guilty, innocent. So
I know he was proven innocent. But the thing is, okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, with the Michael Vick thing, oh shit, I lost my train of thought now.
Sorry, that's my fault.
He shouldn't have did time. That's my opinion. He should have did some community work, paid a big ass fine, but to do time,
2 years. I just think it's a little excessive.
Here in Leavenworth.
For me, I think he should do time.
In Kansas, right?
I agree with
you
that.
think he should do time, Michael?
I think he should.
It was actually talked about for a minute.
I have no respect for that dog fighting shit, bro. I have no respect for it, none whatsoever.
Yeah, but because you have no respect for it, doesn't mean that just for that reason you should do time.
Right.
If he has something to do with it, and it's a crime, absolutely.
But you can be harsh in your punishment.
Everybody.
Yeah, but I'm not being harsh.
If you do something for the first time, if you do something illegal for the first time, it should be a less severe time than when you do it for a second, third, fourth.
But
they have different levels of it.
Well, wait a minute.
Know what
Danny,
illegal things he's been doing? Like, do we know if that's really his first time?
That's the first time he got caught.
First time we know he got caught. That's the first time we know he got caught. No. Listen to me. No.
They would have emphasized on that harshly.
No. Listen to me. No. Listen to me. No, listen to me. Listen to me. He's a guy that was coming out of college and he was doing fucking good. He was going to be a number one pick in the NFL, right? So if he had done crime, they would have hit that shit, bro. They would have done it for any other superstar that's coming out that's going to make money. They do those things.
Until proven guilty.
Not necessarily.
Speculating.
Look all.
They did it to R. Kelly.
No proof.
They did it to R. Kelly.
Look how much Hernandez got through before they figured out. They keep showing you different things, all this different crazy stuff he did, all this crazy stuff
Danny,
he did. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this. Okay, think of it this way. They know he was funding it. They know he was the money behind the operations. If you catch a drug dealer, but that guy's just doesn't have a mark on him. Never been arrested, never this, never that. But you have every bit of proof that he is the guy behind the largest drug operation in your county or whatever. Is he only going to get like 2 months?
Exactly.
No.
Depends what he's
That's what I'm saying. There is something to what Anzo's saying. Just because maybe that, just because a guy doesn't have anything on him, if he is the guy, he should get some sort of punishment. I agree with you though also that I don't know. I mean, he obviously was funding it, but how much of it was really him? That's the other problem with it.
Look, I don't know about in Canada or other parts of the country, but there's something called juvenile arbitration and PTI, pretrial intervention, and basically that is like your one fuck up. If you do something that is not a felony in South Carolina, and I think,
hey guys, I'll be right back.
You can go and petition the court for PTI if you're an adult. If you're a juvenile, it's called juvenile arbitration. And basically, that's what they'll say. Okay, Danny Graham, we know you fucked up on such and such and such. This is what you got to do. You got to go to 50 hours community service. You got to climb the Empire State Building. You got to wash this, do that. If you complete all this within the time frame that we issue you, we will find you guilty of that. But if you don't do anything else for X amount of years, we will expunge that from your record. That gets done all the time.
Yeah,
now, I'm not saying
every state has different laws, though. No.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't know I don't know how in depth he was with that, with the animal control. And like I said, I'm not an animal lover, but I'm not one that comes out here and does all that dog fighting and shooting and mistreating. I just prefer not to deal with them at all, or as least as possible. All I'm saying is, in my opinion, I just think 2 years was a little bit much if this individual's first time doing that said crime. That's all I'm saying. Should he get punished? Yes. Should he pay a high fine? Most certainly. Should he do community service? Should he go out speaking about I was a dumbass and did this? I agree. 1,000%.
He ended up doing that.
All I'm just saying that the 2 years, in my opinion, was too much time for that particular offense. The only point in that whole situation that I disagree with.
Okay. Well, I don't. I think it is because I do love animals, and I think what they did was very shitty. You know what I mean? I had a friend that used to come, he's like, hey, come watch this, and boom, put on a dog fight. And I'm like, I'm not watching this shit, bro. This doesn't impress me. I don't want to see this shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that shit. And I'm saying, like, if I never been arrested, and let's say I have an animal and I leave my dog outside in the winter for all fucking year long, should I not go to jail for that? Would I go to jail if it was a kid?
A kid, and that goes my point. A kid, a human life is so much far ahead of
a life is a life.
I'm saying to me, I'm not saying to Anzo.
I know
I'm saying to Danny Graham. If I got a chance, this is real talk, and you may think less of me. If the house is on fire and I got to choose my child or the dog, who the hell you think I'm gonna choose to save?
Of course, it's gonna be a child.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's your child, though. That's what I'm saying. What if you don't have a child? What if you? But what if you don't have a child?
Okay,
and it's just you and the dog.
Any human.
Some people. Okay, listen to me. What if? No, Danny, you're not listening to me. What if you don't have a human and you just have a dog? Right? There's no child in the house. Some people take their dog as their child.
Okay.
You understand? Sometimes these dogs are helping people with depression and shit. So that's like a child to them.
Also, you are 1,000% right. I'm telling you what, Danny. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm speaking for Danny Graham. If it's a burning building, I'm not going back in there to risk my life for an animal. I'm just not. If it's a human, yes.
Okay, that's you. I understand that. But again, you don't have that same thing for animals that some people do. So some people, but that's why you see this crime as saying he should have only got less than 2 years.
Sorry, I'm neutral on this. I'm neutral on all this. I love animals, and I have kids, so I could tell you, I would weigh out the severity of me going to rescue my dog, where I wouldn't weigh out if it was my child.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
It does.
It does.
Obviously, I want to save my dog, but I would not jump through a flaming door for my dog where I would for my daughter.
Right.
Makes
But what
complete
if you
sense.
didn't have a daughter and you just had your dog?
And that door was flaming like that, I would have to weigh it out. Anzo, I'm being straight, and I love animals. You know, I've had animals all my life, but I would weigh it out. So
And
I understand where both of you are coming from.
And that's why I always. I'm sorry. That's
No,
why
go
I
ahead,
always
man.
say with these discussions, I always lead off. I'm
You
not
speak
an
for
animal
him.
lover. I am me. I am not an animal lover. I don't go out now, and I always make this distinction. I don't go out and abuse animals. I don't think it's cool to abuse animals, shoot animals, mistreat them, fight. I don't agree with that. But far as me loving them and gotta have one and want one, no, that's just not me. And I always gonna say this: human life is way more important to Danny than any animal on this planet.
But
That's
you know
just
what,
how I
Danny?
feel.
I can understand where Anzo's coming from. I know a lot of people, including my wife at times, where she says, I hate people and love animals. You
Hey.
know, and there's a lot of people who feel that way. So
That
I
way,
can understand where he's coming
But-
from, you know?
But guess what? My wife and daughters love animals, and we got 5 cats and 2 dogs.
I
Mm-hmm.
hear you.
And I seen
Right.
what happened when the cat came in your room that day.
That's right. Right now, I can open this door and they can flood this room.
Yeah, I see what
I hear
happened.
you.
The cat was up on the fucking chair and I was like, get here.
Man,
I was like,
animal-
get here.
only-
Swat that
The
cat
only
away and
animal, the only animal I love is the ones on my plate.
What? You don't like dogs?
That's
Wow.
funny, man.
You don't like
You are
dogs?
funny.
I'm okay.
You don't like dogs.
No.
You don't like cats.
Okay, you want me to say it in how many languages you want me to say it? I'll learn them
Four-
and tell them to you.
Are we on
15. 15.
I'll start learning them and say it each Saturday for you.
Are we on 5 or 6? I don't remember. Which one is that, Danny? Show it.
I'm about to show it now.
Okay, so we passed that
No,
one. Okay.
6.
I like your happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, thank you. I did one of the Bitmojis thing and just emailed it to StreamYard.
Mhm.
And bloop.
Yep.
I'm trying to do one for Christmas, Super Bowl, whatever.
I might do that too for a while.
Oh,
It's a good
God.
idea.
Hear this fucking question now.
I
Uh-oh.
know.
You wrote it because I didn't say no football.
No. You wrote this one.
I wrote this one.
Yes, you
Steelers?
did. Mm-hmm.
Based on what we have seen so far this season, what team has the best chance of ending the undefeated streak the Steelers are currently on? Ooh, boy, that question is fire.
None. 0. None.
Hold
Let
on.
me see.
Now-
I gotta see the schedule. I gotta look at the schedule.
Now, with that being said, I don't really know if I want the Steelers to go undefeated because
First off, they go undefeated and lose the Super Bowl. Boy, that was
no, that wouldn't piss me off because the Patriots did it first. What would piss me off is you.
me.
Yes, you. You would piss me because I would not stop hearing, well, the Steelers were undefeated and couldn't win the Super Bowl. What's up with that? Steelers are undefeated, couldn't win the Super Bowl. Fire Mike Tomlin.
You might be right. You might be right.
So I'm like, yeah, for that reason. But for another reason too, before you go, Chris, sorry.
Okay.
I think if they lose a game, then it's going to be like, oh shit, we lost a game. We got to fix this. We got to fix that. We got to fix that. And there'll be a little bit more urgency. You know what I mean? I hear Tomlin, he's saying all the right things. You know, he's saying all the right things. Yeah, we're not taking no teams for granted, nothing like that because we're undefeated. But I think you have to lose to really be like, fuck, you know, we can lose to somebody. So.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Schedule
At the same time that you say that, what if it's just straight up they lined up and they lost? What if Dallas had lost or had beat them? I mean, I doubt that.
No, it almost happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was, and all I see there, what I saw that game was they lined up, they hit each other, and the better team won. But sometimes you're just a play behind. I mean, like you said, I mean, we'll find out this weekend, maybe, depending on what the Raiders do.
Next week they play the Ravens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say the Ravens, Bills, and Colts are possibilities. Browns, no. Bengals,
I don't know,
miracles
man.
happen, but
Is that division rival, man?
Which
yeah,
one?
and then
The Browns.
Oh
I know.
yeah, but
and then
Washington don't have a chance in hell in beating them. So
I guess the Jaguars.
no.
I don't know. I
no,
mean, I don't
no,
think
no.
so.
They'll beat the
Well,
Jaguars this week.
Yeah, but you see, the thing is that as soon as you do that, no, that's when they get you. That's almost what happened to us with Carolina, because and here's the thing: everybody wants to talk about how Tampa Bay destroyed Carolina. Well, they didn't have McCaffrey, so I mean, if they didn't have McCaffrey against us, he was like 80% of their offense that day.
Offense, yeah, I know.
But honestly speaking, who could beat them? The Ravens could. I don't know if they will, because the Ravens, they're in turmoil right now. They don't know what the hell's going on.
They are.
I mean,
because I didn't see them losing to New England. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't either.
See that.
And but
I think the quarterback having confidence issues. What I think,
and that's what I think. I don't think, again, that goes back to what I said. They've got to change their game. Matt could say what he wants about it's not just him. Yeah, I think in this case it is Jackson. I think it's him, because he when he starts pointing out, hey, they know where to play, it's in his head. Oh, they already know what we're doing. You can't let that do. It's like when you throw a pitch and somebody hits a home run. Well, what are you thinking? The next guy's going to do the same thing. You think that way. It's when it happens multiple times. Ravens could. I don't know if they will. The Bills could. I don't know if they will.
And
Colts,
also,
though,
the Bengals could too.
I know they are.
The right team
could. But I think the team that could get them, because it's near the end of the season, is the Colts. And depending on how the Colts are doing right there.
That's one of the games they were saying on Undisputed. They said the Colts, they said they don't think the Ravens, they said the Ravens, yes, but no, because Steelers already beat them on the road. So they're saying Steelers will probably win at home. But they're saying the Colts and the Bills are two of the games that they could possibly lose.
That's going in the end of the year. That's when the Bills and the Colts are going to feel the pressure of needing to have a statement made. And sometimes that little jolt, and then as soon as you get a couple plays in, and if you're beating them, I have seen teams just light themselves up, because they're like, oh crap, here we go. And literally, so all it takes is one team to get hot in the game right away, and then the next thing you know, you're down 3 touchdowns. I don't think the Steelers get down by 3 touchdowns and win. I know they can. I just don't think that, especially near the end of the season. The next thing I would worry about if I were the Steelers is just Ben Roethlisberger, as well as he's been playing this year. Man, I'd be worried about going in and something happening to Ben or him.
You know what? I'll agree with that, because you know what has been bothering me for these past 3 games? Where the fuck did the Steelers' run game go? If you look at the yards rushing, it's like 40, 13. You know what I mean? Last week he didn't do a good job running the ball at all. So I'm like, where is their running gun?
Because Tomlin's taking a page out of Belichick's book, and if a team is more susceptible to running, then he's going to run Connor more. But if a team is more susceptible to the passing game, then he's going to pass more. That's what I think.
No, that's not it. Connor's not running, bro. He is not running the ball like he could or should. I don't know why he's not getting past that line.
Le'Veon Bell.
Hey, Le'Veon Bell ain't doing crap either, and he's in Kansas City, and he still ain't doing nothing.
He hasn't learned the playbook, and Reed's not going to give it. Reed's not going to give it to him.
No, I think we need Antonio Brown more than on Le'Veon Bell.
Get Le'Veon Bell back, I start cheering for the Steelers.
The reason why, and I'm going to say this, the reason why is because teams are packing the line, and the Steelers do not. Claymore is good, but he's still not that deep threat yet, and the Steelers are missing that deep threat. Plus, Ben Roethlisberger had reconstructive surgery on his elbow, and I don't know if he can shoot that past that long bomb anymore. That's why if you look at the games, it's all short dink dunk things, man. It's underneath all the time. He goes long maybe once or twice a game. And with AB, he was going long all the time. So
See, Ben's at the end, pretty much at the end of his career. And we saw it with Manning. We saw it with John Elway. We've seen it with a lot of quarterbacks. Joe Montana. He has to, and I think he's doing a good job this year. He has to learn what works and what he can do. If he can dunk it 20 yards and get a guy running it for 30 more, that's a long pass for you. Or if you can drop it, throw it 5 yards down and get 15 out of it, it's whatever works for you. But if they lose, and here's the bad thing, if people are starting to figure out how to stop that run game, if that's out of the picture, Ben Roethlisberger can't do it on his own anymore.
They obviously need him.
Oh yeah, and like I said, if I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, knowing his history and his injury history, I'm worried that we've gone this long and he hasn't had a pulled muscle. Or
he's pointing at his knees a few times.
Yeah,
he had something. He's
but he stayed in. Man, I would have rather. Let
me ask you a quick question. I'm sorry, in the chat. Baz has answered. She said she don't understand on football, how can a team be undefeated and not win the Super Bowl? That is very easy because in the regular season, it's 16 games. Win all 16 games, they are considered undefeated. But then that stops. Then the playoffs start. In the playoffs, you can't lose any game. If you lose a game, then you're out. So
that's why they say the playoffs is a new season.
Yeah, you got to win every game in the playoffs in order to go to the Super Bowl. And you have to
win
not
just that.
Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, not just that. You don't play every team in a season, right? So you may hit up on a team that you haven't played yet, you're unfamiliar with, or even just a better team, and then boom, they get you. So, like, the Steelers haven't played KC this year, and if they make it to the finals and KC does, that'll be the first time they're playing this year, and you know what I mean? So
I'm not looking forward to that happening. You guys have such a record against.
I'll take a challenge. I'll take the challenge. I'm not looking forward to it either. I want an easy road to the Super Bowl. But
honest to God, though, if that happens, if they both get to the championship game and it goes down to like a 35-28 or 35-32 game, or not 32 game, like a 38-35 game, I'll take that, win or lose, because a close game against those teams, that'd be worth it. I mean, I think that's going to be
that's going to be a really good game if it happens. Like, that would be a really good game, So I don't know. We'll see. So next question is 7, right?
Yeah, I think
here we go.
Question 8, was it? What team do you think the Steelers do not want to play against should they make it to the Super Bowl?
Just so you know that these two Steeler questions were not my questions. I wanted you to know that I did not put up these Steeler questions. This was this guy over here.
They were courtesy of Danny Graham. I'm going to say,
good one.
I'm going to say I don't think the Steelers want to see a motivated, cohesive, on point Ravens or Saints.
No. Can't be the Ravens because that's in their own division.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I don't think they want to see they don't want to see the Ravens before then. If the Ravens get their act together, but I don't think they want to see the Saints. In my opinion.
Two teams: Saints and Packers. The Packers are a similar team to them with a similar type of quarterback. Rough, dig in. That late in the season, two teams like that those are two teams that are going to beat the hell out of each other. And I think that the Ravens want to see it, or not the Ravens, the Steelers want to see a team that's fundamentally different, something like the Seahawks, something like the Saints, something that's more a run and gun offense. I think
that second team you said, I agree with you 1,000%, Chris. Because I think Aaron Rodgers is more hungry than Ben Roethlisberger is.
I think so too. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but I just
You guys don't think the Bucks? You guys don't think the Bucks?
No, the Bucks aren't going, and the Bucks. No,
that ain't the question. I think the Bucks will go, but the question was who did they don't want to see?
I don't think they want to see because doesn't Brady own the Steelers?
He owned the Steelers with the Patriots.
Yeah, but I mean that's still a mental thing, you know. It wasn't
I kind of
Belichick on the field. It was Brady on the field. And
but Belichick was a mad scientist.
I don't know because I'm seeing the mad scientist making some pretty bad potions over there where the experiment is having a Jekyll and Hyde season. If he has that game where he's on, I could see the Bucks beating the Steelers.
You know what's happening? You know what's going to happen?
They lost.
You know what's going to happen? The Bucks are going to get a wild card because they're in second place. I think the Saints are going to win that division. I got one more game left that they can win to go 8-8, and I'm still going to say 8-8. I don't care what they're at right now.
Who, the Bucks?
Yes. I said it. I'm going to stand by it. I don't care if I'm wrong. You know what? I'm a man. I'll admit to being wrong, but right now I'm not out of that. I'm
more along the lines of 9-7.
Oh, and I said possibly, but I stuck with 8-8. So whatever. If the Bucks get the wild card, I see them going against somebody like the Saints, and the Saints beating them again. I'm sorry, the bad games that Brady has had this year, you don't make it through the playoffs like that.
You guys realize that
going to be
what
8-8.
Bucks are 7-3 now.
I understand that, but I said 8-8. I'm not going to go back on what I said.
Next 5 games.
Yeah,
basically. Do I think that? No, listen. Do I think they will? No, but I said 8-8, and I'll stand by 8-8. That's what a man does.
Aren't the Saints down a quarterback? Like, I don't know what you guys are drinking.
They are.
Now they got Hill in the backfield.
They are. I have a question for that. They are.
Drew Brees, you guys got to take that into consideration. Drew Brees got broken. He got broken ribs on both sides.
That's right. I forgot about
lung. That. You guys got Hill and Jameson Winston. That changes a lot of things, guys. So I might want to replace the Saints with the Bucks.
I did not know. I did not know Drew Brees was injured like that.
Yeah,
crushed, and he got crushed.
Can I weigh in on this one now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Steelers. Yeah, let me turn the camera on for this. I don't think we fear anybody. I don't think there's a team where they're saying, "Oh, I want to avoid this team or that team." I don't think so. I think they have enough confidence in their defense to know that they can beat anybody. And if you're a team that's sitting there and saying, "Well, I want to avoid this player and I want to avoid that player," you lose right away.
Okay, also, of course, if me and you was playing, let's say, whatever sport it is, and I know that you're strong in that, I damn sure ain't gonna say, "Damn, I don't want Alonzo to do such and such." Fuck. But in my mind, or if I'm talking to somebody on my team and call, like, "Damn, I sure hope Alonzo do that." Of course, we ain't never gonna hear that shit, and you'd be a fool to say, "Damn."
It's the question, though. It's not saying that you believe that they do. Who do you think?
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, and I think there's nobody.
Obviously, look at your background.
And I think there's nobody. And I'll tell you this. I'm a competitor. So even though I know Rob will kick my ass in Tekken all the time, I'm still not scared of him. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's what I'm saying. If you're a competitor, you're not running and saying, "Oh, I want to avoid this team or that team."
You're not going to avoid it, but if you're looking at things, okay, fundamentally speaking,
if you say who would they rather play, then I can agree with that. Who would they rather play?
Maybe that's not saying.
Not saying that. Oh, I that's a team I don't want to see in the playoffs.
Let's say you're in a bracket.
I don't think any team should say that.
In a Tekken bracket, and you be like, "Oh, there's Chris, there's Roberto, there's Danny, there's Rob." You're gonna be like, "Oh, I don't want to get Rob on the first hear
Yeah,
that.
you want the easiest path to the end.
'Cause if I get
That's
him,
why. That's why I said that.
Hey.
Hold on. But that's why I said, who would you rather pay? Because sooner or later, if Rob is good, I'm gonna have to play him, and I can't avoid that. So I'm not gonna sit there and say, "Well, I don't want to play Rob." I know I'm gonna have to.
But maybe you don't want Rob to see those moves that can make you lose against Rob, so you could surprise him in the end. There's
Yeah, but I
many
can
ways
see.
to look
But
at
I
it. Right?
can see his moves too.
All right, here's
Right?
the
It's
thing.
not like he's just seeing my moves. I'm seeing what he's doing too.
I understand. I understand what Anza's saying, because here's the thing. If you had asked me this question this time last year about the Kansas City Chiefs, and I said, who wouldn't they want to see in the playoffs? I would have said the Titans, the Ravens, and Houston. They faced Houston. They faced the Titans. They did both. And they made it through that. I think by doing so, that is why they won the Super Bowl. I do believe that. And maybe that's what fans were thinking. I'm not saying that that's what they were thinking. Maybe that's what he's asking Anzo is, as a fan. Maybe the question for you should be, as a fan, fundamentally speaking, who are the teams that you don't want to see play Pittsburgh in the Super Bowl?
Again, for me, I will say nobody, because I've watched Brady play the Steelers during the season and whoop his ass, and then the Steelers had to go play them in the playoffs. And again, I said, who would I prefer to win that game? Is when it was the Patriots, whoever they played. I said, yeah, I want the other team to win. But I'm like, if Patriots win, I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I don't want to play them, or that's a team that I didn't want the Steelers to play. No, I want you to whoop them. It's better to at least try than to run. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. So
fundamentally speaking, the Packers, I think, are their worst nightmare.
You know what? I would say that, but not at this point, man, because like I said before, I seen Aaron Rodgers has stunk it up in the last couple of games. Russell Wilson has stunk it up in the last couple of games, and Tom Brady has stunk it up in the last couple of games. And for me, when I see the Steelers defense, I'm like, man, they're leading the leads in sacks. I think that's where it's
down,
going.
325 yards against the Jaguars. That's
Wasn't
not
there a
horrible.
few games that the Steelers just barely won?
And the Packers.
Yes, there were.
I remember seeing one game where
the last game,
Roethlisberger was on the sideline, like, shit, he missed that to lose the game.
The Packers
sorry, go ahead.
The Packers beat San Francisco in the game before that, and Rodgers got 305 and 4 touchdowns. He's not stinking.
Yeah,
it
but
up.
no, the game before that though, the ones they lost.
Okay, 2 bad games. I think if you look at all the best teams in the NFL right now, they all had 1 or 2 stink ass games.
But
Kansas City, Pittsburgh, the Ravens, you name it, they all had shit
right,
bad
but that's
games.
my point. So, like with the Steelers defense, and that's why I said that's where the Steelers are winning right now. It's not with Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, they are.
No, I thought Indianapolis is the number 1 defense.
No, Steelers are number 1. Check out my Facebook post. Steelers are number 1 defense in sacks, number 1 defense in allowing rushing yards. I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but
overall, I think it's Indy.
But I think there definitely is 1 or 2. I'm not sure about overall. But I know the last post
they might be lacking on interceptions or something along those lines. But sacks, I won't lie.
All right.
The last post I had, it said that they were the number 1 defense. I'll find it. Hold on.
Right here. No. Let me see when this is released. On November 16th. Hold on. What's the hell? Oh, Jesus. Give me a second. I got to disable my ad blocker on here. Confirm. Come on. Stop it, you piece of crap.
Yeah, I'm looking for it too. But
so this says entering week 11. This is an article by Matt Johnson. He picks. Let's see here. I think he picked Pittsburgh number 1. Pittsburgh number 1. Indy 2. Rams 3. Bears 4. Ravens 5. Dolphins 6. Orleans 7. Tampa Bay 8, Kansas City 9.
I got 2 of the top 10 defense. Sweet.
Yeah, Steelers have
Patriots,
to be like one of the top defense.
Patriots,
not
he
the
has
top.
10. Chiefs fell down 2 spots, but then again, they didn't play, so go figure.
Steelers
Let's see,
are
last
missing.
week
Go
he
ahead.
had the Steelers number 1. Indy's moved up a spot, though, so I don't know. I'm just mad that I picked the Cardinals. See, that's how much of a real man I am. I picked the Cardinals even after the game had started. I didn't even know what the,
Mhm.
I didn't
Not
even know
me.
what the score was.
I wanted to see what Danny's going to say. I didn't choose the Cardinals that game.
You gonna see what I gotta say?
But
But you said I'm
let's-
high on them Cardinals.
But let's be real. The Cardinals almost won that game.
Yeah, they did. But I
The
said
Cardinals
Russell
almost
Wilson is
won that
not going to
game.
lose 4 games in a row. That was my mentality, that he ain't going to lose 4 games in a row. I don't
With
care
the-
how wicked, what's his name, plays.
It's the
Murray.
battle of the little quarterbacks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was my assumption, and I picked right.
Are we on 8 now?
I'm probably gonna hardly ever pick against Russell Wilson. I just got a lot of faith in him.
Russell Wilson is an anomaly in the NFL. When you think he's done, next year he comes back and he plays it, shows you otherwise. That's the epitome. We were talking about quarterbacks changing. That's the epitome of a quarterback who can change with things.
Mm-hmm. I agree, because one of those games there was a play where he could have ran the ball, but he stayed in the pocket. Yeah, and he threw it, and I was like, okay,
Did
this
he
was
throw
my
an interception
question.
on that one?
No, not on that play.
The
If I'm
game
not
he
mistaken.
played, he could have ran. He had at least 15 yards. He had the first down easily. One guy to beat to the end zone. He threw it off 1 foot into the end zone where the guy was double covered and got intercepted. I'm like, this is so not Russell Wilson, man.
No, I didn't see that play, but the one I saw, he was on like the 50-yard line, and he had a chance to run it.
He's not running so much now. I don't know.
Yeah, he's not running at all, and he had the whole field, Danny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This was
I
my
know he
question.
could run.
That might be Pete Carroll, man. Sometimes his coaching decisions can be questionable.
I agree.
Because he single-handedly destroyed the Legion of Boom. Because
what happened to Beast Mode?
He
Wasn't he
retired
there last year?
No, he went to the Raiders. He played for the Raiders the last 2 years of his career. He retired now.
Okay. I thought he came back. I guess it was.
He
with
went
the Raiders,
back.
but
He went back
to the
with,
Raiders.
to Seattle. He went back to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did. He went back to Seattle.
For like
I just
one
don't
game,
remember if
he
it was
came back
before
in
the
the
Raiders. Right.
Top at number 8, the Steelers were 8-8 last year with Big Ben out all season with an injury. Now with him back, the Steelers are undefeated. Does this put him in the top 5 of QBs this year? Oh God,
No.
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 Yes.
Let me see who the top 5 QBs are.
No.
Yes.
Off the top of my
I can
head,
name 3 better than him now.
Aaron Rodgers.
Of course you can.
Mahomes, Rodgers, Wilson, Murray, Ryan right now is playing better. Brady.
Murray
Why
is
is
not
that?
better than.
I ain't saying Murray.
No.
Mm-mm.
You hand me to
If
Murray.
you're talking about this season, the stats and how they line up and who's better, he's maybe top 10, but not top 5. No.
It's
And that's not,
Murray is
that's not
definitely not there.
picking him.
And I think
What are you considering top? What are you considering?
You're not
I
going to get
think
anything
Ben-
nice from Onzo regarding Murray because he's sour. He let him go. He ain't never
no, I'm
going to
not.
talk
No, I'm
highly
not.
of Murray. He let
No,
him
I'm
go
not.
in week 3.
What
Yeah, no,
are
I'm not sorry.
what are you basing this off of? Are you basing
will
this
be.
off of their record, or are you basing this off of their stats? Because his stats are not top 5. They're not even top 10. I don't think.
He has one of the least interceptions this year so far. And
How many
he's up
interceptions did he have? Like 2 or
4,
3?
I think.
4?
He has 4.
Okay.
And he got 3 of them in one game. Tom
That's
Brady
not great.
already has.
Oh,
but
yeah,
Tom
Tom
Brady
Brady.
already has 7.
Yeah.
Ryan Wilson has more interceptions as well. I'm trying to look for the touchdowns this season, though.
His touchdowns are he's fourth in touchdown percentage.
Okay, I'm looking at Week 11 contests on the team rankings, and it's saying the NFL player stats QB rating. Number 1 is Aaron Rodgers, 2 is Patrick Mahomes, 3 is Russell Wilson, 4 is Drew Brees, 5 is Derek Carr, 6 is Deshaun Watson, 7 is Ryan Tannehill, 8 is Josh Allen, 9 is Roethlisberger.
Oh, there we go.
10 is Herbert.
Okay, well,
Yeah, but we're talking about stats, not QB rating.
Wait, here's power
We're talking about
rankings
stats, not
for Week
QB
11.
rating.
Power rankings for Week 11 by this website, which is who is this? ProFootballNetwork.com. Their power ranking with all the stats considered. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. 2, Aaron Rodgers. 3, Russell Wilson. 4, Murray. 5, Ryan. 6, Tom Brady. 7, Deshaun Watson. 8, Ryan Tannehill. 9, Josh Allen. 10, Justin Herbert. 11, Derek Carr. 12, Ben Roethlisberger. I'm just saying, overall, I put him in the top 10. I put him in the top 10, but not top 5. No.
You see, you're looking at those stats, but when I go to NFL.com, he's above Carr. He's
I'm looking
above
at
Drew Brees.
In which category? This is figuring out their whole everything they've done.
This is passing yards.
I'm looking at passing yards.
I'm looking at every.
I hear what you're saying, Chris. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, in particular, passing yards, he ain't even in the top 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, but when you look at touchdowns, he is. So you can say the stats, but you look at touchdowns to interceptions, he is. He has 22, and the most is 30 with Russell Wilson.
Power ranking is the best way because you combine all of them. Because if you go by category, it's going to vary every category. Yeah. But power ranking is what it is.
I agree.
And
that I agree with.
But look, if you ask me, if I had to choose 5 quarterbacks now, who would I choose? Maybe Ben might be on it because they are undefeated. But overall, for the whole season, he wouldn't be in my top 5.
I think he would have a lot more yards if they had a deep threat wide receiver.
Maybe
they don't have.
You even said
how
much more do you want?
I want more. I want more, bro.
Anto.
Yeah. See,
Anto.
You see what you created, Daddy?
I want more.
No. You know what's funny? He wants so much more now for Pittsburgh, but then when I want that for the Lakers or Golden State,
I just said that. But I said that though. I said
and he
that.
did.
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Listen, if you want to bring the power rankings, I'll agree with that. To me, though, when it comes to not just the power rankings, we're talking about the intangibles as well. He's in the top 5 for me.
Did you not just say though about deep threat is that you didn't know though if he could still do that?
I did, but at least give him someone so he can try. Because I've seen him. I've seen him do the pass. I've seen him make the pass. He only does like 1 or 2 a game, right? But I think that has to do with the fact that he doesn't.
All he has left in him.
That's why
I think that's
he want Antonio Brown back. That what you said.
No. I think that's why he doesn't. If he had that deep threat pass, like if he had Antonio Brown back there, he'd be up there with the yards.
But he got everything is. He got Claypool. He got Schuster. And
but they're not deep threats though.
But hold on,
Claypool is the only one that has the potential.
You ever think that Pittsburgh is managing his aging body and not wanting him to do all that because he might throw his shoulder throwing deep? Because the end goal is to win that Super Bowl, right?
Maybe,
so I
don't give a shit. Give me a fucking
Claiborne.
All right, guys.
Claiborne pulling away from defenders all the time.
Roberto, Danny. Wait, guys, listen. What this is, Roberto Danny, what this is the guy with that classic car in his driveway that wants to act like he can beat the Ferrari next door. And he just can't bring himself to believe that it can't do it.
Hey, Brady's still doing it.
Brady is an
Brady's still
anomaly.
doing it.
Brady
Brady's
is
anomaly.
like, listen,
You're comparing
Brady-
Ben and Brady.
when
I'm just
Brady
saying.
I
when
hear you.
Brady starts going downhill, it looks like crap. I mean, every game that he has had a bad game, it is just done nothing but it's like a nosedive into the freaking ground. And that's not because they're just
Listen.
all having a bad game. That's because he is having a
Roberto
bad
said, Roberto said Claymore, and I agree. Claymore can be that threat, but he's not. He can't catch the
He's a
balls like
rookie.
AB could.
You mean
Right.
You mean
He's a
Claypool, not
rookie.
Claymore.
Claypool, yeah, sorry, Claypool.
Why
Right.
is
He's a
AB not
rookie.
there anymore?
AB?
Yeah, why is he not there anymore?
Because his
'cause
coach
he's a
can't
poison.
control him.
Oh,
'Cause he's a
so
poison.
wait. So maybe Danny has a point when he starts talking about the fact that
You just want to bring that up to start some shit.
no,
Chris,
maybe,
you just
maybe,
wanna-
maybe Danny has a point that Tomlin might have an issue here. Because if you're bitching about not having a long threat, whose fault is that?
Mm-hmm.
AB's. Why is
No.
it Tomlin's fault?
Because he's the one that let it go. You know what? We were just talking about
He
it.
had no
Some-
choice.
No. You even said it also that some people you got to let some of that stuff go, or maybe it was Danny said you got to let some of that stuff go sometimes because in the NFL there are different levels of who you are
But
as a
he
player.
did. This is what me and Roberto were talking about earlier. He did. He let Antonio Brown get away with murder until the point where he couldn't do it anymore. And that never stopped Antonio.
Because he wasn't stern. He should have been stern.
No.
No.
But
no,
okay, so
no.
Belichick was stern, and that didn't work there either.
How many
And
weeks
now he's-
was he there?
This guy's a
And now
problem
he's
child,
still-
man.
weeks.
And
Guy's a
now he's
problem child.
now he's still getting in trouble.
He's been
still
in
getting
every
trouble.
environment and he's fucked up.
Mhm.
Right. So you can't blame Tomlin.
Yeah.
I'm just
can't-
saying.
No,
I'm just saying.
But Bill Belichick said, "Look, you get one chance and one chance only. You fuck it up, you out." But
Yeah,
Matt
after
Tomlin's like-
but the reason why is because he got away with so much from before. You have to only give him one chance now.
because Mike Tomlin did that. He
No, it wasn't
facilitated
Mike
that.
Tomlin that did that.
You just said it, Matt Tomlin let him get away with murder. So he
Mike Tomlin let him get away with murder.
in a sense,
Right.
he facilitated that bad
The
attitude.
first time
No,
AB
he did
went,
not.
the first time AB did something when he was with Pittsburgh, Tomlin should have said, "You know what? There's the bench. I'll talk to you in 3 games."
Let me ask you
That
this
wouldn't have
question.
worked.
Let me ask
That
you this
wouldn't have
question.
worked with a player like AB. It was the
Okay.
same thing with Le'Veon Bell. It would not have worked with those players. Those players, and you can listen to all the analysts that say it. The most fucking divas in the NFL is the wide receiver. And
Yeah.
regardless of who AB's coach was, nobody was controlling him. It's only now that his pockets are drying up that he's coming back and wants to be that good boy. And he still can't do that because he's still messing up. So how can you blame any coach for that when a
So if
player
he-
just can't
so-
learn?
Okay, if he's
I'm
such a
giving you
fuck up,
crap first
if
off.
he is
but
if
I
he is
know,
such a fuck
I know.
up and Mike Tomlin didn't do that, then why do you want him back?
Because he helps you win games. I'm all about the team. I don't give a
This
fuck.
is the same thing I said. If you are a certain player, you're gonna get excuses kind of stuff. And Mike Tomlin,
Okay.
in a sense, facilitate that and empowered him to act like a diva because he didn't doggone discipline his ass
No,
when he should
he-
have.
But that wouldn't have changed anything because now you have a player that you discipline that gets on the field and doesn't want to play, is not taking the game seriously.
Okay,
You understand?
the
So it's the
the end result-
catch
Why you say
22.
a player isn't bigger than the team and you still
Right.
throw his ass and see where he lands.
And
He's
the
a
point
fucking
is,
sore.
I say, yeah, get Antonio back, but I can bet my life the Steelers would never take him back. telling you.
Yeah, that was a bad divorce.
Yeah, they would never take him back. I want him back or someone just as good.
Because
But-
Tomlin almost lost his job because of that, and his credibility.
No, his job was never in jeopardy.
No, meaning that people were calling people in Pittsburgh.
Oh, people were
his
calling
job.
for his job. Yeah. Yeah,
and it's a
people
matter of
calling
time
for his
before
job.
the owner gets pressured. You know, he is African American, so
Not the
Roberto.
Steelers, bro.
Roberto,
Not the Steelers.
you're wasting your breath. You say anything bad about Tomlin, you are wasting your breath.
I have nothing
He
bad to
is.
say about him.
No,
I
I'm just
like
saying.
him.
I'm saying if you say anything bad or anything that may show that he did something wrong to a certain person on the panel, I'm not going to call their name. You're wasting your breath.
But that's not true.
He's not
I
going to
heard,
believe
I heard
it.
Chris say that 15 minutes ago.
but that's not true though. You know what I mean? Hey, if I said he deserved to be fired, he deserved to be fired. But at the end of the day,
No,
one,
he didn't
the
deserve
Steelers
to be fired for
One,
fucking one disgruntled player.
employee, right? And one, the Steelers have only had 3 coaches in the history of the Steelers franchise, so they're not firing him. He's gonna be there until he retires. I'm telling you. That's how the Steelers organization is.
He's a good coach. I don't care what anybody says. He's a good
Yeah,
coach.
he's a very good coach.
Yeah.
Next question.
Next question.
Steelers getting too much love with the Spurs today.
Hey, man, this is like a Dallas. What the fuck? We went from the Dallas to the Steelers.
And you
Okay,
guys
so that's-
bitch when I talk about Kansas City, and all I try to do is talk about them
I
analytics.
did
Hey.
not see the Steelers question. I did too. I didn't know it was going to have 3 or 4 more. But
First off,
okay.
me and Danny actually created the show, so if I want to talk about fucking Steelers, I'm gonna talk about Steelers first. Okay?
Topic number 9. Tyson Hill expected to start over Jameis Winston versus Falcons. Does this mean the Saints don't have faith in Jameis? Shit. Duh. Why in the hell would I start the daggone interception king? That makes no sense.
But is Hill any better? Like,
Maybe no
is
worse.
Hill- I don't know enough about Hill to know if he's better or not. Do you guys? Like,
He's
If I'm
a
not
threat with his
mistaken,
legs
Jameis Winston-
and he could throw. So
Jameis Winston threw like 6 interceptions in one game, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, I know.
Why in the hell would I want to put that in my? No, I tell you.
so
what,
this guy did he get a lot smaller or what? I didn't even recognize him.
So should he be in the NFL?
Who, Jameis Winston?
Yeah.
As a backup, I think
Somebody.
he's better than a lot of other backups in the NFL.
You go
Like
do
all
that.
those guys they got in Dallas, Danucci and all these other clowns.
You can go to the Jets or shit. Even better than what we got. Redskins.
So do you
that.
think he'll
I think he
ever
should
be
go
a
to
starting
Jacksonville.
quarterback?
Yeah, in Jacksonville.
Because I don't think he'll. Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
see
he'll
him
ever
being
be
a starting
quarterback.
quarterback. He can
Because
be-
if I'm not mistaken, the way this article made it sound was like he was the number 2. You know what I mean? But they're not putting him in. They're going with the Hill guy. So
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
you
wow.
know what? To be honest, Hill's been there a long time. They keep using him in all these utility plays and these whatever those other plays are called, where the quarterback is running. And he's been there a while, man. So why not give the
Yeah.
guy a chance?
I'm going to say this. There was I think it was the Saints game. I was watching the Saints game, right? And I think they have a dude on their team named Hill or something like that. And he kept getting these fucking touchdowns. So I went and said, yo, let me go and try and pick this guy up. And I found out he was a quarterback.
That's why this guy said if you pick him up on your fantasy, in some leagues, he's there as a tight end. So you could have him in playing as a tight end with a quarterback. So I went right away to go draft him. And I saw he was
I
a
looked for him
quarterback.
too.
So I
Yeah, me
couldn't use him,
too. Yeah,
know?
me too. I seen him as a quarterback, and I'm like, yo, I want this guy because I didn't know he was a quarterback. I was like, yo, he had like 3 touchdowns that game or some shit. And I was like,
and
hold
you know
on.
what? Because he could run, he could catch, he could do many things. That's why he is a fucking charm in fantasy. But could he play a whole game? That's yet to be seen because he's
Mhm.
usually called in for these special plays.
Yeah. I find a lot of the wide receivers this year are very inconsistent. Like there's really not those.
Again,
Last year,
we didn't have training. We didn't have-
yeah.
This is a right off
This year
season.
is whatever you're seeing this year. When it comes up next year, if things are back to quote unquote normal,
Mhm.
if they are, whatever happened this year, don't expect
It's a
it.
write off. It's a write off.
So
This year is if you guys, Anza, if you guys go undefeated and win the Super Bowl, count it as your blessing. Because this is going to be the season.
This is the worst year to do it.
This was the question I was going to ask you then. If they did win the Super Bowl, you're thinking it's because of the no preseason and all that shit?
Oh, I can't
You're
say
gonna put an asterisk next to it, like they did.
I think it's that, but it's gonna have an asterisk beside it, just like the Lakers championship.
Exactly.
Okay, so then you do agree that the Lakers championship has an asterisk beside it, Danny?
Yeah,
but that's what they did.
It has one. I don't say it should have one because they went into the bubble just like everybody else.
But they did the same thing in NHL.
All I'm saying is that, I'm just saying that in history, it's going to have an asterisk. In 2020, COVID hit, blah, blah, blah. So whether you think your team should win or not, it's going to have that asterisk because of the historical value.
Everything, baseball, hockey, football, all of them.
It's not going to be an asterisk. It's going to be a flaming pile of shit next to it. That's what it's going to be.
Wow.
This year was crap for all sports. And not because it's bad. It's just.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask Danny this. So, Danny, you said you don't think the Lakers should have asterisks, right?
No, I'm saying whether you think.
No. I know you said it's going to have, but you said you don't think it should have one. In your opinion.
Because I could see, just like I could see if the Lakers went in there and they had like a bye or something like that, but no team had a bye. Every team went in there. Every team was under the same conditions. They had nobody traveled. They had the same amount of rest time, same amount of press time. It's just that everybody thought the Lakers was going to meet the Clippers, but the Clippers didn't hold up their end of the bargain. So I don't think the Lakers should be penalized or said, "Oh, they're here the easy road."
So then will you have that same energy for someone who wins the Super Bowl this year?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Pittsburgh win, I'm not going to say, "Oh, it's the actual." No,
that's what I'm asking.
They played the same conditions. If Pittsburgh had, let's say, 2 or 3 buys or something, or had some kind of extra rest or some kind of extra advantage, or whatever team, I bet. Well, you remember now they had this extra week off or that. But if everybody got the same rules, and they navigate the same maze with the same rules and same conditions, then the best team just wins.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure just wanted to make sure that you said, because I still don't think they will win it. You know what I mean? I don't, but hey, man, if they do, I'll be happy.
Yeah, I can tell you this: they get a good chance. And I know you're gonna think I'm hating Roethlisberger, but I think if they win it, they're gonna win it on their defense.
Absolutely,
their defense is special.
Absolutely, I've been saying that. I said that earlier. I said the reason why they're winning is not because of Ben; it's because their defense is holding point. And to go from watching their defense be so shit to seeing how good they are this year, I'm happy for our defense. That's why I say if we get a long bomb threat, we could probably be almost unstoppable. Topic number 10. Oh, we did that one already. My bad. So it's topic 11. Okay. Hold on. Oh, the two of them pop up or whatever. Topic 11. There we go. Cowboys question, guys.
Skip said Cowboys have come back to life with the return of Andy Dalton. Do you think the Cowboys can turn their season around? I think Skip is drinking something because I think the fourth-string quarterback will play better than Andy Dalton.
I think so, too.
How many games did Dalton play? How many games did he play? 2, 3?
One, I thought he had a concussion.
Yeah, I think he played 2.
Well, he played 2 games. He played the Redskins game.
Yeah, I think he played 2.
Washington game.
Yeah, I think he played 2 games.
That's the game he got knocked out, huh?
Right. Yeah, he got knocked out in that game. And then
he looked horrible in every game he played. He looked horrible. Hey. I said they have all this faith in the Red Rocket. He's the Red Rooster.
I would not start him. I would start that third or fourth, whatever quarterback.
Whoever played their last game.
Because he looked pretty good against Pittsburgh. He just did not have the experience.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. And Skip is a Cowboys fan, so I don't really take anything he says for anything.
Skip is an idiot because so far all I heard is stupidity regarding Skip.
That's all he talks sometimes.
He does a lot of things with his heart, not his head.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. He
Absolutely.
does. He doesn't say enough,
So-
but I
Never
bet.
read
Yeah, go
the
ahead.
heart of LeBron. That's like only thing I ever hear him say. Two things he said good about LeBron: that he's the best passer in the NBA, and that when he talks about social activist topics, that he listens to what LeBron says. Goes, but everything else, he always finds some kind of flaw, or hole in his game, or some kind of psyche. His mental psyche ain't this and ain't that.
What you should do though, Danny, is go on YouTube, because there's one Undisputed where he has to say 10 good things about LeBron James.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And somebody
What were
put
you
that
gonna
when
say, Chris?
he said, I never said Kawhi Leonard was the best player.
Yeah,
on
I
the
seen that too. And then they had
whole
a
clip where he said it.
yeah, I seen that too. What were you gonna say, Chris?
I'm looking here real quick at this. Who else? Eagles, Cowboys, Washington, and is that the 4 teams?
Giants.
Giants.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's going to take to win that division? 2 more games? 2 more wins?
Maybe.
I got a controversial question for you.
Well, wait, hold on. Let me finish. Take 2 more games to be in first place right now, because I'm looking here. The Eagles play Browns. They're going to lose.
Mhm.
Seahawks. They're going to lose. Packers. They're going to lose. Saints. Even with the way things are, probably going to lose. Cardinals. They're going to lose. Cowboys. Maybe.
They're gonna win.
Washington, they might win. So that's 2 games, maybe. But if the Cowboys beat them, the Cowboys, their way is next to Vikings, probably going to lose. Washington, Cowboys should be able to win that. Ravens, Cowboys are going to lose. Bengals.
Do you know who gave them the biggest beating this year?
Washington?
Thank you very much. So please have a little respect.
Well, this
You know
coming
what?
from the guy that said he couldn't watch Washington.
Yeah, I didn't watch that game either, but I know they kicked their ass, and
Okay,
my
wait.
Cowboy friends are still hearing it.
My point is that other than the games they play against themselves in their division, so the Washington game, the Eagles game, the New York game,
Mhm.
and it's the same for those teams too. The only games I see them winning left in this season are against themselves in that division. So
Those are
whoever,
the most important games.
well, that's what I'm saying. So whoever does win those, that's who comes out on top. I mean,
See, we had a chance. We were 2-0 going into that Giants game, and because of the Giants, we're now 2-2. So that fucking sucks. It's almost like one team could beat one team but can't beat the other two.
The other team.
In regards to every team, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like we could beat the Eagles and the Cowboys, we can't beat the Giants. The Giants could beat the Eagles and the Redskins, Washington, but they can't beat the Cowboys. You know?
fundamentally
funny.
speaking, I want to look and see. I won't have the answer this week, but I think it'd be funny to find out. But I'm wondering if there's a way that all of them could tie, and then
Even that is fucked up, Chris. Because the Eagles are 2-2 in their division. Washington's 2-2 in their division.
Mhm.
I think Dallas is 1-3, or maybe
Hold on.
1-2. They
looking.
haven't.
I'm looking. Hold on. Where's my division?
And
Right
the
here.
Giants are 3. They have 3 victories, right? They're all in their division. They beat us twice, and they beat the Eagles.
Okay, so I'm looking here. Division: Eagles are 2-2, Giants are 3-2, Washington is 2-2, and Cowboys are 1-2.
I called it right.
Mm-hmm.
That division is like so up in the air in every way.
Well,
Yeah, for
and
real,
up
though.
until
You know what I mean?
2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, the Giants were at the bottom.
Yeah,
were-
we were at the top in that, more or less. Sorry to cut you off, Chris, but
No, you're
we
fine.
were
You're fine.
2-0 in our division.
I mean, I don't disagree with the fact that people are saying, man, they got to come up with something better when they have a division like that.
They do.
But I don't know. There's something comical about watching those four teams have to fight each other to see who's going to have the chance to go and get their ass handed to them in the playoffs.
They should
For
put
real,
one
though.
if the division team don't win an X certain amount of games, then one division whatever gets 2 picks or something. Because
No, the next team down from the okay, so it goes, you get 2 wild card teams. Well, one of those wild card teams moves up. The better of those 2 wild card teams moves up into where that division winner would have been. And then the team underneath the second wild card team moves up to the second wild card position. That's what you do. I mean, and I don't disagree with that's probably how it should be. It's either going to have to be that or you're going to have to start letting a third team come in.
You know why I'm sore with all of that? I'm sore with all of that. And I let it out on Josh last week too, because this isn't the first time that a division has sucked.
No,
if I recall back in the day, the AFC didn't win shit, but yet their teams went in the playoffs and did what they did, whether they won or lost. Nobody said shit. But now all of a sudden, the NFC East, which was probably over history the most dominant division in football, because if you look at total Super Bowls, I think the NFC East has the most.
All right, here
now
you go.
we want to add that. I can almost guarantee you that's the case.
Worst playoff teams.
yeah, because Dallas got about 5. I think.
All right.
No, just the most Super
all right.
Bowls in the division.
No.
I know. I think
83
Dallas-
Denver Broncos were 9-7. 89 Houston Oilers were 9-7. 90 New Orleans Saints 8-8. 98 Arizona Cardinals 9-7. 2004 Rams 8-8. 2010 Seahawks.
No, I'm going back, Chris.
Wait.
I'm going back.
No.
The NFL's old. Huh?
Wait. 2010 Seahawks were 7-9. 2011 Denver Broncos 8-8. 2013 Green Bay Packers were 8-7-1. 14 Panthers were 7-8-1. The 17 Buffalo Bills were 9-7. So we've had one. Okay, wait here. What is the worst record?
Listen, I don't think any team has ever gotten the record in the playoffs with 4 wins. Ever. And there's a good chance that a team with 4 wins.
Yeah.
The worst record so far was wait, hold on.
Did any of these teams win outside of their division? No, huh?
Your teams? In that
No,
division? Hold on, I'll tell
they're
you.
all divisional wins. All their victories are divisional wins.
Yes.
I
Not
think
one
except
team has
Dallas.
won outside.
Oh no, Dallas
No.
beat the Giants. That's right.
Yeah, no, not one team has won outside of the conference.
So it is possible to go fucking 4 and 12.
If you really want to get technical, the 82 Atlanta Falcons were 5-4 because that was the strike year. 85 Browns 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. I think
to even have
7-9 is the worst record ever.
Of eliminating a whole division because they sucked the bag.
69 Oilers were 6-6-2 in a 14-game season. 82 Cleveland Browns were 4-5.
But what's to say one of these teams go on a 3 or 4 game winning streak? This whole conversation is for nothing. We don't know, Danny. We don't know. We could take a bet, Danny. I bet you that one of the teams in the NFC East will finish better than 4 victories. Do you want to take that bet?
Do what?
No.
That one of the teams in the NFC will finish with more than 4 victories.
Well, I mean,
they will. Somebody has to.
Because Philly's
if
3-5
you win all your divisional
now.
games, if you win, what?
Somebody's going to take
Philly.
that division, and somebody's
Philly
going to finish.
and Giants are 3-5 now. Well, Philly's 3-5, and
3-5
Giants
and
are
1.
3-7, 3-7. So they just need to
They
be
have
one
that
each.
tie, no? The Eagles?
No, he
Yeah,
said
the Eagles
more
have a
than
tie.
4. Or do you say
more than 4?
More than 4.
I think one of them could do it. So no, I would.
Yeah.
5. No, I ain't taking that bet. But they
Yeah, I
ain't
wouldn't
going.
take that bet.
They ain't going to know winning streak in the playoffs. I'll take that bet.
No, I think they're going to lose first
Hold
in the round. In the wild card, they're going to lose.
All right.
Any team that comes out of the East is going to lose in the first round. I can almost bet on that.
Wait. Hey, the worst team in the playoffs so far was 2010 Seahawks, 7-9.
Okay.
One of these teams has to win 4 more games. And actually, the person has to win 4 more games to have the same record. Would have to be the Giants are the only team that can do it.
Chris, you got me totally confused. We are saying that the team's gonna go 4-12. What are you talking about? This 7-9 stuff?
What I'm saying is no matter what, this team, no matter what, one of those teams is going to be the worst team ever in the playoffs.
We agree.
Okay. Well, he was asking me, if they go on a run, if they go on a run. Well, you said it. What if one of these teams goes on a run? Then this conversation is going to be mute. No,
it wasn't about the worst team. It was all about eliminating a division from the playoffs because they have a bad season. That's my whole argument.
What's the record going to be?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You think they never took these things into consideration when they designed the playoffs? There's no guarantee that every team in every division is going to have a winning record.
I don't think that they thought that a division would be won with 4
Well, shame on them because there's no guarantee in sports, my friend.
There isn't. This is listen, these are business guys. They're thinking, oh no, somebody's going to have.
They're going to be 4-12. Somebody's going to be 4-12 or 5-11 going to the damn playoffs.
Or 4-10.
We see it in Canada all the time. So, guys, understand why I'm talking like this. I see it all the time. And these teams could upset. This is what makes things fun. There is no guarantee in sports.
All right.
I you, Danny. But I tell you something.
Counter wager.
If Danny's Lakers barely made the playoffs, you're going to tell me Danny's not going to cheer for the Lakers to win the NBA? Okay, so come on, man.
No.
Come on.
I'll make you a wager, though.
Difference in basketball and in
no, I'm talking your team makes the playoffs with a losing record. I don't care what sport it is. It could be tennis, bowling.
It's a difference in football. It's a difference in basketball. It is a difference in hockey because there's a 7-game series in playoff. Football, there's only 1 game. That's the equalizer.
Danny, come on, man.
All right, no, Roberto.
Come on, man.
Wait, Roberto.
Yes.
You said that the teams that make it to the playoffs have a chance. I'll make you a wager to you to counter your wager that you had. Whatever team comes out of the NFC East, are they going to have a chance?
No, but they deserve the right to go because they won that division. That's all I'm saying. They deserve the right to go. It doesn't matter what you guys think.
I know the game I will not be watching in the playoffs.
This is why I write off 2020 because you know what? Everybody has an opinion. Everything's questioned. Let's change this. Let's change that. Let's change this. Oh, they hit too hard on the field. Let's do stats. Let's do this. Every fucking sport is going downhill.
I think I saw that it's time for picks.
Yes, it is. That's my outlook on sports. All sports is going to the fucking toilet.
The reason why football is such a dangerous and crazy game because there's only 1 game.
Yeah, but let them go there, Danny, and lose that game.
In the other
let them go and lose that game.
Okay, but what I'm saying, you said if the Lakers would cheer, if the Lakers or whatever the hockey teams, if they make the playoffs, they get a best of 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 7. In football, you don't have that. So say your quarterback is.
But if your Lakers are shit and nobody wants to see them, but they made the playoffs, don't they deserve the right to play that game? Or you're going to say they shouldn't be there because they're shit?
No, what I'm saying is that the Lakers, you have a better probability of winning or losing a 7-game series than a 1 game. That 1 game, your quarterback could get hurt, or your star receiver could get hurt, or your running back could get hurt and change.
But then that argument goes a little bit to more Roberto because any given Sunday, right? So you can have that team that's 4-12 that gets into the playoffs, and then they're playing a team and their quarterback is hurt, and then that 4-12 team ends up winning the game. So it's a little bit more for Roberto's side than it is with
these guys.
In a 7-game series, the best team usually wins. In football, it's not the same. It's really not. But with that being said, we can get on to our picks. And I will just say, so far, we have Matt at 95 and 52. Roberto is at 91 and 59. Danny is at whatever he's at. I am at 97 and 50.
What's
No,
Danny
Danny's at 101 and 46.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at 97 and 50. Josh is at 91 and 59. Chris is at 95 and 52. And Rob will be giving me his picks for this week as well. So we will start.
I
gotta go against Danny. What's the worst for him?
What was my last week? What was my?
What's that? What's that, Danny?
Who was 91 and 59?
91 and 59 is
Both me and Josh.
Yeah,
Josh?
Roberto and Josh. Roberto and Josh are 91 and 59. Chris
I'm
actually
at
came
5
in.
games.
I'm at 101 and 46, you said?
Yes.
I only
Whatever,
lost
Dan.
5 games last week, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
What did I have last week?
Last week you were 8 and 6.
Yeah.
Josh was 10 and 4. Danny was 10 and 4. I was 9 and
Like
5.
3 of those
Roberto
games
was
changed
8 and
in the
8.
last half.
I know.
It's like,
I know. And I there was a game where I picked and I was like, okay, they're gonna win. They were up. I think it was the Cardinal game. They were up, and I was like, yes, they're gonna win. And then I was like, fuck off. So
All right.
the first game we got is Cincinnati and Washington. We'll start off with Danny.
Cincinnati.
I actually took Washington. Josh is not here, so I'll get his picks later. Chris?
who's starting quarterback for Washington now? Are they
You'd
going
have
back?
You'd have to ask these guys. I have no idea.
Are they going back with our old guy,
I plead the fifth.
Alex Smith? Are they
I plead the fifth.
okay?
You know what?
Cincy.
Yeah.
Does that really matter, Chris? It does. I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
have to go
if-
Cincy too.
here-
Sorry.
well, here's the thing: if Alex Smith is playing again, if he actually made it, and I understand it's not the greatest division, it's not the greatest team, but if he actually came back and he's starting games now, which I think he started last week, I don't know what they did last week. Just the sheer fact that he started at his age and got back on his legs after what happened to him, that man
Mhm.
deserves all the props.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I don't care if he throws 7 interceptions in a game.
Mhm.
The fact that he's out there and he's taking hits, because he took hits. I know he did.
Did you see when
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
his name jumped on his back? Donald was
Mhm.
on his back. He was holding Aaron Donald up, man. I almost fainted there, man. I was looking at his legs to see if it was trembling and shit. You know.
Who are
I
you
was
taking,
saying-
Roberto?
I'm taking.
Oh, go ahead.
Cincinnati.
Okay. What are you gonna say, Danny?
Kyle Allen is the starting quarterback.
Is he? He's
Alex
back.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I just read it.
No, I'm going with Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'll stick with that one too.
No, I like that Burrow kid, man. I'm afraid of him. I wish we had him.
The next one is Atlanta and New Orleans. And at
Who
first
Chris
I had pardon?
Who Chris going with?
Chris took Cincy. We all took Cincy across the board. In Atlanta versus New Orleans, I took Atlanta. Chris, who you taking?
I'm looking at picks here. You'd be surprised. And I don't know if this is before. I don't think this is before. But ESPN has all but one of their experts picking the Saints still. But I'm going to go Falcons because I just, until I see this kid play and what he can do for a whole game, I just don't see it. So
I agree.
Falcons,
Roberto?
Saints.
although the Falcons,
Okay.
every time I've picked them this year, it's just totally made me look like a fool.
I know, me too. Me too. And Danny?
I'm going with the Saints.
No problem. Next game is Pittsburgh and Jacksonville. Chris, who are you taking?
Pittsburgh.
That's right. Say it louder. Say it louder. Roberto?
Yeah.
Say it louder, bro.
What did
Say
I
it
tell you?
louder.
What did I tell
me
you?
hear
I went
it.
against them twice. I'm not going to doubt them again until.
Danny?
It's got to be a
Come
better
on,
matchup before
you're taking Jacksonville,
somebody
right?
else.
It's
You're
gonna
taking
go
Jacksonville, right, Danny?
Mike Tomlin.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Who are you taking? What was that? Who are you taking?
Cheeseburger.
You're lucky I can't phantoms on your ass.
Cheeseburger, Big Mac fries.
Yeah, you'd be phantom zone too, Chris. Trust me. Next one is New England versus Houston. This one is you, Danny.
Shit. It's a hard one.
They're playing where at?
Houston.
Go to the Patriots.
Excellent. I took Houston. Chris.
Patriots.
And Roberto.
Houston.
Excellent. Next game is Philly versus Cleveland. I took
Who did
Cleveland.
Matt take?
Oh, he didn't give me his picks yet,
Okay.
so I got to get his picks later. Next one is Philly versus Cleveland. I took Cleveland. Chris. Okay, Roberto.
Looks like in order for me to get into the hunt, I got to make some like risky picks. This ain't one of them. Cleveland.
What's the
Chris?
game?
Philly versus Cleveland.
Cleveland.
And Danny.
Browns.
Everyone.
Mhm. Next game is Detroit versus Carolina. Chris.
Detroit.
Roberto.
Oh, it should be Danny.
Oh, sorry, Danny. No, it should no. Yeah, whatever. Danny.
Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
I took Detroit. Roberto.
This Bridgewater hurts. I gotta go with the Panthers.
Hold on just a second.
You took
I took the Lions. Yeah, I took the Lions.
Yeah.
You like going on the edge, huh?
I'm gonna stick with the Lions. There's no timeline
Yeah.
for McCaffrey to come back, and until McCaffrey's back, I don't think the Panthers have much of a game.
That's what I said. That's why I took Detroit too as well. Next one is Tennessee versus Baltimore. And this one, Roberto.
You said who? Tennessee versus Baltimore.
Tennessee versus Baltimore.
Hold on, I'm just trying to see the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee.
Annie?
Tennessee.
Baltimore. Chris?
Who
You
took
said
Baltimore?
I took
want some?
Baltimore.
Alonzo? I'm gonna take Baltimore too. I mean, it's almost a shit show just because both teams have not been whatever they're supposed to have been this
I
year.
think Tennessee gonna lose 3 straight though.
Who?
I don't think Tennessee gonna lose 3 straight.
I don't
At the
think
same
Baltimore.
time,
I don't think
Jackson
Baltimore
doesn't
loses 2
shine
straight.
against teams over 500. He's yet to win a game.
He will.
You didn't say that against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, because it's Pittsburgh.
Fuck you, man.
Next one is the Giants versus the Clippers.
Who?
Clippers. The Chargers.
I was like, what?
Hey,
The
hey,
hell?
They might have a better chance.
I was gonna
They
say,
Got
do.
that right.
I took the Chargers. Chris?
I think I had Chargers.
Roberto?
it's the Jets versus the Chargers, not the Giants.
Oh, did I say Giants? I meant Jets. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Chargers.
Jets.
Chargers.
Thanks,
So-
Lonzo. I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I think that boy's gonna run on the Chargers. Thank God Daddy said the Jets.
Yeah, Jets, my bad. And Danny, you're taking?
Chargers.
Bravo. Next one is Miami versus Denver. Who started that one? Okay, Danny, you start.
Miami.
MIA. I took Miami. Chris?
Which game is that?
Miami versus Denver.
Yeah, I don't have that on my list. Weird. Well, Miami.
No problem. Roberto?
Denver.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're trying to mess it up a little bit here.
Everybody took Miami, right?
Yep.
Is this
Well,
a
I won't get it.
rescheduled?
Game?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, it isn't.
I hope Tua struggles with that mountain high air.
Mile high, maybe. Next game is Dallas versus Minnesota.
You don't
Chris?
even gotta ask me.
Minnesota.
Of course. Roberto took Minnesota, of course. Danny?
You noticed I wrote it as soon as you started with
And I took Minnesota, of course. I'm taking Cowboys. Fuck that team. Watch Cowboys go and win that game, which would piss me off, but whatever.
It's okay.
Next
I'm
one
willing
is-
to lose that one.
And then Matt's going to be on next week talking about how great the Cowboys are and how
You
they're
know
going
it's-
to win.
you
the whole
know?
thing.
You know his screensaver is gonna be on.
Yep. Next one is Green Bay versus Indy. I took Green Bay. So shit, Chris won already. Oh, Roberto?
What?
Who did Chris
Last
say?
time you went. No, you went.
Oh, okay,
I'm going
okay,
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
okay.
Gotcha,
do
gotcha,
different orders, right? Yeah. So Roberto?
I'm gonna go with Indy.
Okay. Danny?
Green Bay.
Of course I took Green Bay. And Chris?
Green Bay.
Next game is actually a game I think the Raiders won already. So Kansas City versus the Raiders. Danny?
Hold on. I gotta make a call.
All right, so let me go with Robert. Oh, no, I'll go.
No, that
KC,
should be you. Yeah, that's right.
yeah. I took KC. Chris?
I'm not calling anybody. It's KC. Listen. Danny, let me help you with this real quick. Danny, while you got yourself on mute there and you're talking to your
Roberto?
boy.
It's in
Understand
Kansas City,
something,
right?
Danny. Understand something, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
13 and like 2 after
KC.
bye weeks.
KC.
KC.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you, KC.
Okay.
And let's see what Danny's probably gonna pick the Raiders. I
They
hope.
got like 11 players that could be out. This
Who?
year.
I just want Danny to take the Raiders so that I
Raiders.
can catch up.
The Raiders might have
Raiders.
11 players out.
COVID, they're on the COVID list.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
And it's all defensive. And I'm not
Okay.
saying all of them are going to be gone, but 11 of them, how
That's
many
a
of
lot.
those guys do you think are going to all come back? I don't know. Because the guys we had out that I was worried about have been brought back in.
Oh really?
Mhm.
I'm picking
Mhm.
Kansas City.
See, I'm telling you. Hey, what'd your boy say about how many of those defensive guys are going to be out?
And shit about that. All he said is it's gonna be close, and that if he had to bet money on it, he would lean this way towards Kansas City. That's all he said. And
There's
he is-
there's so many factors going Kansas City's way this week. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm just like, oh yeah, we're going to win. No, because I hate playing the Raiders. Period.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
You
I'm
come up.
taking KC. I was just hoping Donnie would switch it up so I could catch up with him. You know what I mean? Pissing me off. But we got a few games here that are different. So if I can get those games,
Man,
what's that?
I got a Raider whisperer. He hasn't led me
Yeah.
wrong yet.
That's okay. Whatever.
Wait
Hopefully,
until he does. Then what are you going to do?
Me
Is
too.
that the Monday night
Me.
game?
No, the
No.
Monday night game is the Rams versus Tampa Bay. And Danny, no,
Fuck.
no, not Danny. Roberto, you start off. You haven't started off in a minute.
No,
That's you.
what do you mean? I had to pick between Indy and Green Bay. I chose Indy first.
Okay.
Man, that's like 8 picks ago. What you smoking?
It's the second one. We just took Kansas City. You better smoke some of what I'm smoking.
I think Roberto just wants to go off of what
Danny's a
everybody's
hater.
picking.
Danny is a hater.
But we'll start with Chris then. Chris.
Rams.
Ooh.
The Rams?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Time out.
Could you see the second to last pick down here? Hold on. Right here. That's
no,
Indy.
I
Blurry.
That's Indy.
Okay.
That was the last
Time
pick
out.
for Kansas City.
Time
That
out.
was
Danny, let me help you out. I said Rams.
Okay.
I told you. I made a pick earlier this year when we talked about this. And what did I say about Tampa Bay? I said 8-8. If I don't go Rams, I'm going against what I said. And I do believe the Rams can beat them.
All I'm saying
Well,
is
that worked.
That's all I'm
That
saying.
worked out. That worked out for you. I think it was last week or the week before, where you just didn't want to take Tampa Bay, and even though Tampa was supposed to win, and Tampa
I
Bay
did
ended up losing
last
that game.
week too. I picked the Panthers last week, and at the half, it looked like I had a chance. And then
Brady took over.
Almost
Robert-
counting my horseshoes.
So I took Tampa Bay. Roberto.
Danny didn't pick yet.
Oh,
Already
Danny.
picked.
Well, I know that Danny took Tampa Bay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with them too.
There you go.
All that is to say, yeah, I'm going with them too. Boy, I tell you.
You know.
I need
Is
to
that
know
it?
who you got, Danny. I need to know who you got because I'm chasing you. Because I know
is
you're
that
bitter
everything?
after I kicked
That
your
is
ass
everything.
last week.
Mhm.
I didn't hear no comment about who I sat on the bench last week.
I'm still in third, up, brother.
It's
You
okay.
You better
Just
not.
keep looking up, my brother. Keep
All
All
looking
right,
up.
guys. I got to run. I got to change
All right,
out my
guys.
work clothes and stuff. But thank you, guys. Take it easy, all right?
No problem.
Peace.
Yeah, I know. Danny didn't say nothing about his loss to you last week, eh?
I lost all three.
What did
leagues.
Russell Wilson get you?
Yeah, Russell.
I better shut my
and-
mouth because the day I laughed at you with your 70 points, I hit 70 points that weekend. I better
And
shut my
I
mouth.
I sent that text to Danny after the show. I was like, Danny, this guy was laughing at me with my 70 points, and look at him with his 74 points.
You see, Brady got me -2.
Yep.
-2. How the fuck does a quarterback get minus points, man?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's
But-
it.
What did Russell
Danny-
Wilson? Russell Wilson got bad like the last week too. He had some bad points there, Danny. What do you
Yeah,
have?
and Danny, you're on pace to lose this week too. If you look at it, like you're went to 112. So yeah, you're on pace to win. I hope both of you guys lose this week so I can catch up.
It's okay.
You're on pace to lose this week.
Man,
We're
Niners.
both on pace to lose.
See, Russell did. I don't know if I should have started. I ain't starting fucking Jackson for the quarterback. So no, I mean Jared Goff.
Golf.
I don't think Brady has had back-to-back good games in a long time. That's why I sat him.
Yeah, well, Danny's, but I mean, you may have a chance because Niners' team isn't that great.
I don't think
Plus,
Antonio
you know.
Brown gonna do all that good.
No, I don't think so either.
Just didn't do well. He only got 5 points. So, if
But he
Kareem
has
Hunt-
Patrick Mahomes, so if Patrick Mahomes goes off, that could be an issue.
But if Kareem Hunt have a bad game and Le'Veon Bell have a bad game, then all you gotta do is worry about damn Mahomes.
Yeah, that I think that's the
What?
only person you really have to worry about right now,
He has the whole Kansas City team.
basically.
You got two of them.
That's
Basically.
not very wise, man. To have too many players on one team.
Boy, it hurts you in the
But
bad.
if they have a shit game too, that's a couple of players with no points, man. That hurts.
Well, that's my team. That's
I would
my
get
team
that
right
my
now.
whole team and be like,
Yeah, because
well, guess
Anzo
what?
seems almost the Pittsburgh Steelers.
At the same time.
Yeah,
Everybody I
is
look at in
practically-
Pittsburgh that has a good game, fucking Anzo has them. I'm like, is his
Yeah,
whole
but
team Pittsburgh?
I needed a tight end, man. My tight end got hurt, so I had to pick up a tight end. So I took a Pittsburgh tight end. But Claymore was doing very well, so I picked him up. And
You grabbed him that night.
sorry,
That's
Claypool,
why I was
and I
like,
already had Connor and Ben. So
because you see, that's why I asked you that question.
You
Are
tried
you able to?
to make a trade with me, Roberto. He want
hold on, I
Diggs
think my headset's died.
for some scrub he had.
Oh, he tried to make that trade with you?
Yeah.
Hey, some joking over there. Hey, when I can't hear you guys start talking shit, when I can't hear shit, hold on.
I tried to make a trade with my brother. I didn't even know if he saw it. I canceled it, man.
Oh, Sunday.
I don't even know if my brother's following that shit, man.
Yeah, what I miss?
I said I tried.
Hold on.
That crazy ass trade for Diggs for somebody. I'm like, what the hell? No.
Oh,
When I see a trade come in from Monzo, I
but
Decline.
I was giving you Kendrick Drake, man. He was doing good.
Drake for Diggs?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
insane?
Yeah. I was
I
giving
know
Drake.
you would never make that trade.
Well, I mean, you need a running back. Actually, and then I thought about giving him Jones. You know what I mean? I was like, I give you Jones for him.
Jones would have been more of
No.
something I would have considered.
Aaron Jones.
No.
I had Diggs.
No, the running back
Yeah,
Aaron
Jones
for Tampa
Green
Bay. For Tampa Bay. No, the running back for Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay.
I thought you said about
Yeah,
Aaron
Jones the second. Jones the second.
No, I wouldn't do that. If it was Aaron Jones,
Now, if you say Aaron
yo.
Jones, let's go ahead and trade.
No, Jones got like 66 points last week.
yeah, but that was a fluke on that one run.
Doesn't matter.
What did he do? 90.
98
Yeah, but let's see what he
yards.
does this week. That's why you picked him up, huh?
No, I had him. I had him already.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You
I
had him in the
already.
game?
I didn't have him in
Or
the
on your
game
bench?
because I had him on the bench. Because I put in no, because I had Chubbs. I picked up Chubbs.
That's why. Why would you
Huh?
put him in? I'm sure he got more points than Chubbs.
Last week he did.
You see? He wasn't proven. That's why you didn't put him in. Chubbs is proven.
No, that's not why. That's not why.
Come
If
on,
you look
Isaac.
at his stats, he gets points. He gets points. Look.
I never saw anybody on Tampa Bay
11,
run for
11,
anything
25.
like that.
Yeah, 11, 25, 10, 46 points. So he gets points. It's just I thought Chubbs would do a little bit better because I like to go with when you see their players and you see when they show the team that they're playing, if it's red, yellow, or green, I like to go with the ones that are all green. So sometimes it fucks up because that's what happened last week. I put in Connor, he was green, and that Jones guy wasn't. He was like red. So I was like, I'll keep that in.
I look at their history against them teams, you know.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
And,
I need to.
I didn't take into consideration last week a couple of guys that never. That was a fluke because Thing never won on a Monday Night Football game. Cousins, that was a fluke.
Like I'm thinking about taking out Connor right now because I'm like they're not rushing, but then I don't want to take it out because if they end up doing like Steelers end up start like blowing them out, then they're gonna rush.
But that's what you got to see. You got to look and see who they're playing against. If they have, if their receivers, if their safeties and their corners are the marquee of their defense, then they got to run to open that up. But if they got no defensive line or all defensive line like the Rams, why would you run them?
I don't know. He went off for some reason. I don't know if his internet cut off or whatever.
Okay.
But he ain't in the backstage. Let me see.
How long we running this show, Dan?
About to hours now.
Yeah.
And shit when I'm gone, man.
What
Yeah,
happened?
you gotta My thing froze, so I had to come back in.
Okay. No, we've been doing 2 hours and 34 minutes. We're about to go ahead and do a closeout.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a very good show, very good conversation, very good topics. As always, I look forward to Saturdays because I know it's going to be some fun. So
absolutely.
Those of you that follow us the whole night, we want to give a shout out to Flash Thompson. What he said, are we guys doing what?
Answering questions after picks. Like what questions, though?
What question you got? I just want to give a shout out to Daniel. He came on, Garrett 17, Flash Thompson been with us the whole time. Mama Bear, LD.
She's funny. She is funny, man. She always makes me laugh.
I got that tight end. Don't worry.
Anthony Beltree, Intelligent Cycle.
Mads, Deshaun.
Let's appreciate her.
Deshaun.
Yep, the Tribal Chief, Deshaun. And let's see.
I see Deshaun was giving his picks over here.
Yep.
Chargers, Miami, Minnesota, Green Bay, Chiefs, Tampa Bay Warriors. Okay. I'll keep that in mind, Deshaun, to see how good your picks are.
Okay. If you got a question, you better hurry up because it's about to be okay. For Roberto, should Washington tank for Fields? And how do you feel about Raptors playing in Tampa for the season?
Did he throw me that question on Wednesday night?
Yeah, he did. He did. The quarterback one. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Well, look, like I said, even if they were to tank, as long as that administration is still intact, they will not be able to have anything come out of Washington. You know, they're lucky they still have fans. And regarding the Raptors?
Yeah, playing in Tampa for the season.
Thank you very much, Tampa, for welcoming this Canadian and only Canadian team over there. Now all the cups are coming out of Tampa. How you like that one, Danny?
Well, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
You didn't see Steven Stamkos? You know Steven Stamkos?
I don't.
He's the captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning. He said, "We the South."
I hear you. Because I really don't follow hockey, so I that is like a foreign language to me.
He was making reference to the Raptors.
I don't like we the North, like this.
Yeah, exactly.
What does that mean, Alzo?
Steelers are going to win the Super. Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl, and they're going to be the team with the most Super Bowls in the history of the NFL.
I won't be mad. I won't be mad at that. I mean, I don't care about that.
I didn't say I was betting. I just said
okay. You know
but
what?
If they win,
I hope they do go
undefeated
and win it. I hope they do go undefeated and win it. It'd be nice to give 2020 a fucking kick in the ass.
It's gonna be last question. He said,
Sure.
Which football team should relocate? I don't know. I wish the Panthers. I wish the Panthers would relocate to South Carolina and bring in some income for us. That would be awesome. I don't
really have an answer for that. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't have an answer for that.
So. That's a good question, though, Travel.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, people. We thank you for, like I say, supporting us and joining us. We will be back next Saturday, hopefully, if life lasts and the creek don't rise. Old people used to say here where I'm at. And until then, peace.
We ain't got no more words for brothers that be stepping in.